on the Middle Georgia Sports Network, presented by Planners First, C.W. Williams Homes, Com South, David Reagan Ford, Brandon Outfitters, Sonic, Trey Moody Law Firm, Hamby Automotive, Larry Walker Insurance, Spillers Orthodontics, and proud parents and supporters of Westfield Athletics, Bill and Laura Amos. Now it's time for the MidGASports.net pregame show, brought to you by Brandon Outfitters. Here are your hosts, Kenny Kofer and Brett Taylor.
And now, back to the gridiron with Kenny and Brett on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Oh, boy, what a pick that was by Cam Forrester. He read that one the whole way as they tried a little swing pass out the corner or to the running back, Palmer Clark. And Cam just stepped in front like it was intended for him and scores the touchdown. 36-yard score for Cam Forrester.
Well, I can tell you what my Walker Insurance play of the game is going to be.
I know, if only we hadn't come out of the break right there with that commercial. It was kind of tough.
And welcome into the Brandon Outfitters pregame show. I'm Kenny Kofer. Alongside me, Brett Taylor. Got Tim Thompson up there on the rooftops on the camera. Welcome back, Tim, from the cruise with Disney. We're here at Ted S. Smith Stadium here on the campus of John Milledge Academy as the Westfield Hornets have gone on the road yet again. This time they got a formidable foe in front of them in the 7-0 Trojans from John Milledge Academy. John Milledge coming in, moving up this year to AAA in GISA after a very successful run in AA, beating a couple Macon schools last year, beating, I believe it was Tattnall and Stratford, as well as Mount DeSales. They might have had the Holy Triumvirate, but the tough teams, 7-0, obviously very good if you're undefeated. First year in AAA. Westfield coming in at 6-1, coming off a 3 straight almost 40-point victories. I think they've won by 40, 41, and 38. So they've been consistent. Last week against Gatewood, Westfield seemed to have cured their turnover issues that they showed up in Augusta against Westminster. And now here tonight they're going to have to play mistake-free football in order to walk out of Milledgeville with a win. But, Brett, for all intents and purposes, this right here is your region championship football game.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a big matchup. John Milledge, as you said, comes in undefeated. They haven't really played the toughest of opponents, but, honestly, Westfield has had a pretty easy road other than Deerfield, Windsor. So there's still some question marks, I think, for both of these teams, but it should be interesting to see what happens here tonight and what the outcome is as these two region foes face off. And it's kind of a new big-time game for both of these programs. They really haven't played each other much before.
Yeah, it should be a great game. And, looking at John Milledge, first thing that jumps out to you is the coaching staff that they've assembled here at this school. They got alumnus in J.T. Wall, head coach here at John Milledge. If that name sounds familiar, he was a fullback at the University of Georgia back in the late 90s, early 2000s. Went on to be drafted, I believe, by the Pittsburgh Steelers with his short career there, and has returned home here to Milledgeville, and he is the head coach of this John Milledge team, and they are very much on a roll. As I mentioned, 7-0, successful program, and they're going to be a big-time matchup. And another name to look at on the defensive side of the ball is Tony Gilbert. That name also sounds familiar because that's also a member of the University of Georgia back in the early 2000s and mid-2000s. He went on to play in the NFL for the Jacksonville Jaguars, a little bit with the Atlanta Falcons as well. So quite a coaching staff they have here. And Westfield, of course, has a legend of their own, Coach Ronnie Jones. And it's going to be a matchup of some high football IQs here tonight between these two football teams.
Yeah, it should be a good matchup. Like you said, a lot of good coaching on both sides of the football. And it'll be interesting to see who comes out on top here tonight. And, just a lot of big players on both sides. And can't wait to get it kicked off.
And Brett's not feeling too well. He's battling through some illness for us, so he might be a little quiet tonight. But, Brett, why don't we go ahead and take a look at the starting lineups brought to you by Spillers Orthodontics, where great smiles begin. And I'll go ahead and run through them for you, Brett. On offense for the Westfield defensive backs will be Garrett Kitchens, Cam O'Neill, Keaton Drinkwater, and Andrew Presswood. So that's the starting defense. Now we'll go ahead and look on the other side of the ball for both teams and give you those starting lineups. On offense for the Trojans, at offensive lineman will be number 95, Harrison Bryant. Number 78, Logan Jones. Number 70, Chase Owen. Number 66, Jordan Bush. Number 50, Coleman Jones. The wide receivers will be number 33, Garrett Kitchens. Number 24, Zach Meeks. Number 14, Andrew Prestwood. Number 4, Jalen Seeley. The running back will be birthday boy and senior number 8, Cody Miller. The quarterback will be number 7, Colby McCommon. And for Westfield on defense, they will line up like this. And we'll see Corey Holiday, number 34, at the defensive end position. John Walker Moore, number 74, along with Walker Davison, number 76, will be the big guys inside. Matthew Moore will be the other defensive end. And the linebackers will be Gavin Edmondson on the outside to go along with Connor Cawthon. The two guys inside will be Wade Walker and Josh Jenkins. And the two cornerbacks will be Reagan Waller and Trey Moody. And the big man in the back is number 12, Giles Amos. So those are the starting lineups brought to you by Spillers Orthodontics, where great smiles begin. And why don't we go ahead and take a look at the keys to the game, brought to you by Hamby Automotive, Keys to the game, turnover margin. As it always is with Westfield, they're a very talented team offensively, but sometimes they can be prone to put the ball on the ground. They'll need to have good ball control here tonight to take on this tough Trojan football team. And winning on the lines, that's always the key. And I'll tell you, there's some pretty good size up front on the defensive side of the ball and offensive side of the ball for John Milledge. Big guy stood out to me was senior Jordan Bush. And the big play pass, we obviously know number 12, Giles Amos on the outside is always a weapon, and he might be able to be utilized here tonight. And finally, the fourth key to the game is sure tackling. Westfield sometimes can try to go for the big hit, not wrap up. They're going to have to keep that in check here tonight. So those are your Hamby Automotive keys to the game. We'll go ahead and take a quick break and be back with more on the Brandon Outfitters pregame show here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Well, the news is out. Brandon Outfitters has taken Central Georgia by storm as one of the Mid-State's premier outfitters. Located just off I-75 in Perry, Georgia, Brandon has all of the latest gear for any hunting season or just for a nice night out on the town. They still have all of your favorite brands such as Southern Tide, Mountain Khakis, Southern Marsh, Patagonia, Costa, Orvis, and as always, a huge selection of firearms. Brandon also now features new brands such as Sims, Ray-Ban, Kavu, Chaco, Yeti, and much more. Come check them out at 106 Fairview Drive in Perry. They're sure to make your visit one to remember.
Have you been injured and are in need of legal representation? If so, call Trey Moody. Trey is a graduate of the University of Texas and Mercer Law School and has been practicing in the Middle Georgia area for over 22 years. Trey has tried over 70 cases to jury verdict and has recovered over $5 million for his clients. Trey has established himself as one of Georgia's most prolific personal injury trial attorneys. He is also a certified and registered mediator with the State of Georgia Office of Dispute Resolution. So if you want a respected attorney who can actually try your case if needed, call Trey Moody at 478-988-3114 for a free consultation or visit his office today at 921 Carroll Street in downtown Perry. Now, back to the Brandon Outfitters pregame show on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And welcome back here to Ted S. Smith Stadium here on the campus of John Milledge Academy. The Westfield Hornets have traveled up here to Milledgeville to take on the John Milledge Academy Trojans, and it is senior night here at Ted S. Smith Stadium, and they honored the seniors before the game. And currently the teams are out at midfield doing the coin toss, and it looks like John Milledge has won the toss. They have elected to receive, so Westfield will be on defense. Westfield's captains tonight were number 24, Wade Walker, along with Corey Holiday, John Allen Snellgrove. It looks like Robert Myatt across the way, and for the homestanding John Milledge Academy was Jordan Bush to go along with Chase Register, as well as Nick Bentley and Philippe Velimirovich. Ooh, that's a tough one. But we're almost set for football here from Milledgeville as the Westfield Hornets are going to take on the undefeated John Milledge Academy Trojans. Should be a good one here from Milledgeville. So why don't we go ahead and take a quick break and be back with you for the game introduction right after this on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Go free times 3 this summer with ComSouth. Upgrade to any gold or higher value package and get the first month free, get free activation, and ComSouth will make the installation free too. Plus, as an added bonus, upgrade to high def and receive HD TV, you guessed it, free for 3 months. That's a whole lot of free for great telephone, wireless, state-of-the-art cable TV, and high-speed digital internet. Visit ComSouth.net for more details or stop by any of our convenient locations in Cochran, Hawkinsville, Perry, and Fort Valley.
Well, the news is out. Brandon Outfitters has taken Central Georgia by storm as one of the Mid-State's premier outfitters. Located just off I-75 in Perry, Georgia, Brandon has all of the latest gear for any hunting season or just for a nice night out on the town. They still have all of your favorite brands such as Southern Tide, Mountain Khakis, Southern March, Patagonia, Costa, Orvis, and as always, a huge selection of firearms. Brandon also now features new brands such as Sims, Ray-Ban, Kavu, Chaco, Yeti, and much more. Come check them out at 106 Fairview Drive in Perry. They're sure to make your visit one to remember.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes or if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them. Auto Owners Insurance.
Call Larry Walker, your local auto owner's agent, and let his team of professionals tailor an insurance program right for you and your budget.
The following is a presentation of high school football on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. All roads lead to Milledgeville as the Westfield Hornets travel to Georgia's former capital city to take on the undefeated Trojans from John Milledge Academy. Westfield has rebounded since the early season loss to Deerfield Windsor and looks to continue their run against the Trojan aerial attack. It's the 6-1 Westfield Hornets versus the 7-0 John Milledge Trojans coming up next.
And that was the national anthem performed by a student here from John Milledge Academy. As we're almost set for football, John Milledge will start the game on offense, and Westfield will have to see what their defense can do against this team. We'll go ahead and again run through the starting lineups here real quick. On offense for John Milledge, we'll get to look at the offensive line. Number 95, Harrison Bryant. Number 78, Logan Jones. Number 70, Chase Owen. Number 66, Jordan Bush. Number 50, Coleman Jones. The wide receivers will be number 33, Garrett Kitchens. Number 24, Zach Meeks. Number 14, Andrew Prestwood. And number 4, Jalen Seeley. The running back will be number 8, Cody Miller. And the quarterback is number 7, Colby McCommon. And for Westfield, the two defensive ends will be Corey Holiday, number 34, and number 43, Matthew Moore. The defensive tackles will be John Walker Moore, number 74, and Walker Davison, number 76. And the linebackers for Westfield, Gavin Edmondson will be on the outside linebacker position to go along with number 51, Connor Cawthon. The two guys on the inside, World War 24, Wade Walker, as well as Ben Murphy is actually injured, so that will be number 21, Josh Jenkins, filling in here tonight. And the cornerbacks will be Reagan Waller and Tucker Moody. And the safety will be Giles Amos. And that's the starting lineups we'll see first. As there you see on your screen, the Westfield Hornets coming through their banner with fans out to support them. They traveled the hour and 15 minutes or so up here on Highway 49 over to 441 to take on this John Milledge Academy Trojan football team. John Milledge in at 7-0, Westfield 6-1. And I'll tell you what, this is a pretty good atmosphere here for football from Milledgeville, as they got it very loud and a lot of fans here on the home side, as the John Milledge Trojans are going to be decked out in their all gray uniforms with the dark blue numerals with white trim. And they got their uniform, their helmets are the same matching color, kind of a matte gray finish with the JM in white. on either side. So we'll get to see the Westfield Hornets start here on defense. So they will kick it away to start as we're almost set for football here from Ted S. Smith Field or Stadium here on the campus of John Milledge Academy. So back deep to receive for John Milledge will be number 4, Jalen Seeley, to go along with number 33, Garrett Kitchens. Robert Myatt will kick it away for the Westfield Hornets, kind of decked out in different uniforms here tonight on the road. First time we've seen them wear the gold pants to go along with the road white jerseys, green shoulders, and the usual green numerals with the green helmet and the white diamond with the W in the middle. We're almost set for football from Milledgeville. And there's the kick. Low liner by Robert Myatt, and is taken at the 1-yard line by Jalen Seeley. Seeley trying to come here near side. He's going to be hit and brought down from behind by Austin Doyle with the tackle. So here comes the starting lineup, or the starters for John Milledge Academy. And Colby McCommon will lead his team out here on offense. Cody Miller is their leading rusher. He is the deep back there in the eye behind McCommon. And they give it off to him. He tries to go up the middle, and he's going to be met there by Walker Davison, as well as Josh Jenkins there on the tackle. Not much to gain there. That might have been 2 yards for Cody Miller. So McCommon will come to the sideline, get the play call from Coach Wall. Westfield lining up in their 4-4 defense. A wide receiver to either side for Common with Miller the deep back. Westfield got 8 guys in the box. Will hand it off to Miller off the left side. Not much there. Big Wade Walker there on the tackle. Number 24 getting in there along with Connor Cawthon. I don't think he got maybe a yard on that one from Cody Miller. So Westfield, they know they're going to give it to their big horse in the backfield, Miller. And it's going to be up to that defensive line who has played extremely well here this season for Westfield. Now they'll line up with 4 wide receivers. They got 3 to the far side of the field, 1 here to the near side for McCommon. McCommon will swing it out to the far side. It's complete. Looks like he's going to be short of the first down. As there on the catch was Miller, and he looks like he's going to be a yard short of a first down, and they're going to go for it on 4th down and 2. So here they go, rolling the dice early, and I don't think he got it. He did not. They tried up the middle there, and no go. Wade Walker in there on the stop for the Westfield Hornets. So they try the quarterback sneak, and it did not work. Colby McCommon is stopped on 4th down and 2 at their own 31-yard line. So Coach Wall rolls the dice, and it does not work for the Trojans. Nothing doing there on that one. On a 4th and 2, kind of a gutsy call there. So it's 1st down and 10 for Westfield now, and they give it off to Tanner Westbrook. Westbrook over the middle, dancing around, and fights all the way down to the 22-yard line. So Tanner Westbrook quickly picks up a gain of about 9 yards on 1st down. Good run by Tanner. And Westfield down to the 22-yard line of John Milledge Academy. Just underway here, 9:30 to go in this first quarter. Westfield stopped John Milledge on 4 downs. And Westfield set up with great field position at the John Milledge 31. Quick handoff goes to Jenkins. Jenkins bowls over a defender. He gets hit hard, though, but he's inside the 15. He's down to the 12. And that's a 10-yard gain for Josh Jenkins. They're just very deceptive, are the Westfield Hornets, as they always are, moving the ball, misdirection, and really causing problems. It's you got to be very disciplined to take on this offense, and that's what John Milledge was worried about. They said if we can find the football, we'll be able to stop it. The problem is finding the football. Handoff goes to Myatt this time. Got a blocker out in front, following Corey Holiday around the left side. He's inside the 10, and he's down to about the 7-yard line. So that's a gain of 5 right there by Robert Myatt. Have to bear with me here. Brett is not feeling well. He is out at the moment. Hopefully he will return, but we'll hold it down here for him the best we can. Tim doing a good job upstairs. And the Westfield Hornets, 2nd down and 5 at the 7-yard line. Give it off to Tanner. Tanner runs into some defenders. Not much there. Maybe he gets down to the 5, so he gets a short gain of 2. So 2 yards for Tanner. And now they are going to be faced with a 3rd down and 2 at the 4-yard line. Again, this drive started after John Milledge tried to go for it on 4th down and 2 at their own 31. And now the Hornets have moved it here on, this will be the 5th play of the drive. 3rd down and 2 at the 4. The pitch comes to Tanner. Tanner's got the corner, and Tanner's in for the score. Touchdown, Hornets. And the Hornets take the lead on a 4-yard touchdown run. And we are now, with 7:39 to go, Westfield leads 6-0. The extra point on is Griffin Elmore. Tanner Westbrook on the hold. Snap's low. Tanner gets it down, and the kick is just inside the left upright and good. So Westfield takes advantage of the short field, and they score first, and they lead here from John Milledge Academy 7-0 over the Trojans from John Milledge Academy. The Westfield Hornets getting on the board early and looking good on that drive as they now try to get the scoreboard updated there for you. Have a 7-0 lead over the Trojans from John Milledge. So looking good. And they'll kick it away here with that 7-point lead.
Kicking off the Westfield. Back deep, John Milledge, 4, Jalen Sealy, 33, Garrett Kitchens.
So on the kick will be Robert Myatt. Back deep to receive is Kitchens and Sealy. And it will go at the 1-yard line, taken by Kitchens. Kitchens comes up. He'll be brought down from behind there by Gavin Edmondson, brings him down. A short return out to about the 14-yard line, and that's where they will start this drive, trailing to Westfield 7-0. Folks, I'm trying to get the scoreboard updated, so bear with me. That is not the score right now. 7-0 is the score. Westfield is leading, so trying to get this thing updated the best I can. But John Milledge comes set with a single back set, and they give it off to Miller. Miller, oh, that's Sealy. Sealy tries the left side. No, it is Miller, and he gets out to the 23-yard line. It's a gain of about 9 yards. Maybe he has the first down, depending on the spot. He's at the 24, and it is going to be first down. So a 10-yard gain by Cody Miller. And that's the first down for John Milledge. They went 4 and out on their first drive. So the handoff this time will go to Miller. He's wrapped up in the backfield for a loss. Wade Walker in there. He came to play here tonight, as Miller's going to lose about 4 yards on that one. So not a good play there for them. So Westfield got a tough task, but so far they're answering it as they're really, really doing their best here against this John Milledge team. Very tough. So McCommon looking to pass this time. The lefty out of the pocket, and he almost fumbles, and he's going to be sacked by Josh Jenkins. Jenkins with the sack, and that will force them back to the 16-yard line. So another loss there of about 4 yards on the sack from Jenkins. Jenkins and Walker both with 3 tackles apiece here early. And it's now a 3rd down and 18 to go for John Milledge. They'll line up in the shotgun set. Miller beside McCommon with 4 wide receivers. They give it up to Miller. Miller dancing ahead, and he's going to go down after a short gain. Wade Walker getting him up top along with Matthew Moore down low. And Westfield's going to force the punt here after that was a short gain of 2 yards. It's going to be 4th down and 16. Westfield looking good, looking enthused here tonight. And we'll get to see on the punt will be number 7, Colby McCommon, and back deep will be Giles Amos. Amos awaits the kick at his own 48. And a fair catch called for by Giles Amos, and that is where Westfield will start this drive at their own 47-yard line. I did.
And then you had to refresh it on that.
First again, Westfield is
Right.
46.
On that.
And there we go. Score is updated. 7-0. So John Milledge in a hole here early. 7-0 is your score. And Westfield will put a man in motion. That's Robert Myatt to the far side. Now to throw to Giles Amos. He's got a blocker out in front, and there goes Giles. But it's coming back because there's a flag as Giles is going to walk in for the touchdown. But I think that one's coming back on a hold or a chop block on Westfield. So that will be negated there on that one. No, it's going to stay. Well, let's await the call here from the head referee. We'll have to await the call. The referees are marching back here. Ryan completed the pass to Giles. And they're going to say an eligible man downfield. So that does negate the play there. So that is a 5-yard penalty on Westfield, and that wipes out a 46-yard touchdown. So that is a big one there. Circle that one down, folks, as Westfield hurts themselves. They negate a 46-yard touchdown on an ineligible man downfield after they tried the screen pass and it did not work. So Giles Amos out here to the near side. Ryan Fitzpatrick gives it off to Robert Myatt. Myatt right up the gut. Bulls over defender as he gets out to the 41-yard line. And that is a gain of 10 yards for Robert Myatt, as Myatt now with 15 yards on the ball game. So it's 2nd down and 5 for Westfield after the 10-yard pickup from Myatt. They got Reagan Waller in the game at wide receiver now. He's the speedster here on the near side. They put Myatt in motion, and they give it off to Jenkins. Jenkins squirting through, and they know he has fumble problems as they're trying to rip it out. So he gets about a yard on that carry, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 4.5 for Westfield. We'll try to get to a break here as soon as we can. You have to bear with me. I haven't done this before, so it's a new ball game for me.
3rd and 5.
3rd down and 5 for Westfield right there at the 40. And they're trying to get the sticks figured out. I think the far side marker is showing 4th down, but it is a 3rd down because that wiped out the play. They had a 10-yard gain and then a 1-yard gain, so it should be 3rd down and 5. Big game going on back home down in Houston County, obviously, with the Warner Robins and Northside game going on as the two teams playing in their annual rivalry. Should be a, now they're going to call it 4th down? A lot of confusion here between everybody. So why don't we go ahead and take a quick timeout and be back with you. You are listening to Westfield football here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
I'm NASCAR driver David Reagan, and I'm inviting you to Fan Day, Thursday, October the 16th, here at David Reagan Ford.
Right, and that was negated, though, because of
Uncle Marvin.
Right, it was 1st and 15. They picked up 10, then they picked up 1, so it should be 3rd and 5.
My older brother Adam's a big fan, so swing by David Reagan Ford in Perry to talk a little racing with the Reagan.
Shouldn't be. It started,
Saving
it's
you
1st
money.
and 15.
Now that's another winner, David Reagan Ford in Perry.
Watch your speed. Go on me.
On the athletic field and in the classroom, students at the Westfield School are preparing to meet the challenging demands of the 21st century. Our dedicated faculty teaches and inspires students from pre-K to 12th grade to think critically and learn globally, preparing our students for college in a Christian environment that has been the Westfield mission for more than 44 years. And our students excel. From football to chorus, art to tennis, and basketball to debate, Westfield students aspire to be champions. It's the Westfield experience. To learn more about the Westfield School, visit our website, westfieldschool.org, or call our admissions office at 987-0547. The Westfield School, ready for college, ready for life.
And now, back to the gridiron with Kenny and Brett on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And welcome back here to Ted S. Smith Stadium. As there's all sorts of confusion here, the referees have really messed this game up. It's 3rd down and 5, but they have taken a down away from Westfield for some apparent reason, and then they just threw a flag on Westfield and gave them a sideline infraction. So I don't know what is going on exactly, but now Giles Amos is going to have to punt on 3rd down, but they're calling it 4th. So Giles gets away a booming spiral kick. It will land at the 2 and be tipped and go into the end zone for a touchback. So John Milledge got a little home cooking there on that drive, as the 1st down play was a touchdown called back for an eligible man, so it should have been 1st and 15. Westfield then ran for 10 yards, made it 2nd and 5. Then they ran for no gain, and then it should have made it 3rd down and 15. But for some reason, they said it should be 4th down, which was much to the dismay of Coach Jones and his staff, and that was then argued, and a sideline warning was issued for Westfield. So Westfield loses a down, but they still lead here 7-0 with 3:49 to go in this first quarter. Handoff goes to Miller. Miller having nothing to do in there, and he fumbles. Well, they're going to say he was down, as Wade Walker and John Walker Moore were there on the tackles for Westfield. So Miller, not a whole lot doing right there. He lost 2 yards on that one. So he's got 9 yards on 6 carries. So Westfield's doing a good job of hemming up their leading rusher here tonight. Really, they've only gone to him. They've had him on a reception, and they got him on a couple runs on 6 runs. And now looking to pass, going deep, and it's picked off by Tucker Moody. Tucker comes up with it at the 48. He's returning it down the far sideline. He's got blockers. Tucker could score. Tucker will score. Touchdown, Westfield. Tucker Moody with the interception and the return of 48 yards, and Westfield leads 13-0. What a play by Tucker Moody there for Westfield. So that was great job for Westfield. So on the attempt, the extra point is Griffin Elmore, as Westfield is looking to gain a 14-0 lead. And the kick is up, and it is good. So the Westfield Hornets get a defensive touchdown, as they've done multiple times this year, and they now lead 14-0 over the John Milledge Trojans. Westfield looking good right now. As you see there, Tim getting a tight shot with 2:50 to go in this first quarter. Westfield on top. Let's see if we can figure some things out here. As currently Westfield has rushed 7 times for 41 yards, while John Milledge has rushed 8 times for 5 yards. They're 1 of 2 on passing with an interception. So tough going right now for John Milledge. As Robert Myatt will look to kick it away for Westfield. And there it is, a line drive kick. And it's going to take a low bounce and picked up by Sealy, on the far side. Sealy jumps ahead, and he'll be brought down across the 25 at the 26-yard line. And Westfield leading right now 14-0. So far defensively, Wade Walker's got 5 tackles. You got Josh Jenkins with 3 and a sack. You got Tucker Moody's got 2 tackles to go along with an interception for a touchdown there on the last drive, a 48-yard interception return. John Milledge, not a whole lot going on here right now. And they'll hand it off to Cody Miller here to the near side. Tries to cut back, bowls over defender. He'll get out to the 30. He's brought down by Giles Amos and Tanner Westbrook. And Miller's going to pick up a gain of 5 yards on the carry. So 7 carries for 14 yards so far for Miller. 2 minutes, 13 seconds left to go here in this first quarter. Westfield leading 14-0. McCommon gives it off to Miller. Miller off the right guard. He's going to get a couple, maybe about 3. Walker Davison in there on the tackle to go along with Matthew Moore. So Walker Davison, that is a gain of 4 yards for Cody Miller. And it's 3rd down and 1. Go with the power eye. Looked like they moved. No flag thrown. But I don't think he got it. I think that's no gain for Colby McCommon. They didn't get it. Not even close. He's a full yard short. And not only did that, but they moved early, in my opinion. So it's going to be 4th down and a yard. Looks like they're going to go for it again.
My sister's going to get here for an hour and a half, so I'm on the way. But I can't stay in here. It's too hot.
So here they go. 2nd time going for it on 4th. They're going to give it off to Miller. Miller's got the 1st and more, and there he goes. Colby Miller busts through the line, and there he goes. Tanner Westbrook's behind him, and so is Giles Amos, but nobody's going to catch him. That is a 65-yard touchdown run on 4th down and 1. So the gamble pays off there. And the score now 14-6 with 47.8 seconds remaining here in this first quarter. So the gamble pays off for Coach Wall. It did not the first time, but right there it does. Cody Miller rambles in from 65 yards out. And on for the extra point is Trevor King. Or that's Michael Martino, excuse me. Martino, kick is up, and it is good. This John Milledge crowd, they really get behind their guys. I got to give them credit. So a 65-yard touchdown run, and this game is gotten closer. It's 14-7. With 47.8 seconds remaining. So a long touchdown run that time from Cody Miller. And Westfield now has that lead back down to 14-7. But if you're Westfield, you're still feeling pretty good because you have really outplayed these guys. Take away that one big play, and that's really all that they've had here tonight. And that was just, unfortunately, just a missed tackle. And when you got everybody up like that on a fourth down trying to clog the line, you missed that one tackle, and it's pretty easy to take the rest of the way. So the crowd here at John Milledge Academy is excited and on their feet. They got a very good crowd, and Westfield travels well over there on the far side. And they'll do a little directional kick from Cole Wilson. It will be taken by Reagan Waller at the 25. Reagan tries the left side, and he'll get up to about the 30, so a 5-yard return. He was brought down by Jalen Seeley. And Westfield will start this drive 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line, leading 14-7. So far here tonight, Westfield has rushed the ball 7 times for a total of 41 yards. They had that pass attempt complete for a 46-yard touchdown, but it was called back on an ineligible man downfield. See what they do here is they quickly give it off to Josh Jenkins. We'll wait to see who that was with the football. It was Tanner Westbrook. So Westbrook on the carry. Tanner picks up a quick 3 yards on the carry. As we're winding down, this could be the last play of the first quarter. As we're down under 12 seconds now. They'll line up with a bunch set here. They got Giles in tight in the slot. The pitch comes out here to Reagan Waller. Reagan's got some blockers. Reagan is going to be corralled down, and they're going to throw a holding penalty down at about the 32. So we'll stay here as Reagan got right there at the first down marker, but the flag is all the way back at the 32, and that's in the area of holding, and it is. So that will be on the Westfield Hornets, a hold. So that'll push them back 10 yards from that spot. And I believe that will do it on the first quarter. So that good play there was negated by a penalty, the second penalty of the night for Westfield. So after one quarter of play, your score from Milledgeville: Westfield 14, John Milledge 7. We'll take a quick break and be back with you right after this. You're listening to Westfield Football on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
You know, this waffle cone is actually more like a sundae.
Plus, you can eat the waffle, which makes it way better than a regular sundae.
Way better.
It's like a Sunday with Reese's peanut butter cups and chocolate.
And real strawberry.
Oh, you make strawberry sound intense.
A lot of people don't know this, but strawberry is very densely packed with vitamin C.
Nerd alert!
The new waffle cones Sundays with real ice cream and premium toppings. And start your day with the 99-cent morning drink stop. This is how you Sonic.
Have you been injured and are in need of legal representation? If so, call Trey Moody. Trey is a graduate of the University of Texas and Mercer Law School and has been practicing in the Middle Georgia area for over 22 years. Trey has tried over 70 cases to jury verdict and has recovered over $5 million for his clients. Trey has established himself as one of Georgia's most prolific personal injury trial attorneys. He is also a certified and registered mediator with the State of Georgia Office of Dispute Resolution. So if you want a respected attorney who can actually try your case if needed, call Trey Moody at 478-988-3114 for a free consultation or visit his office today at 921 Carroll Street in downtown Perry. And now, back to the gridiron with Kenny and Brett on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And Westfield tries a run right at the middle and nothing doing there, as that will actually do it on the end of the first quarter. They're going to say that was actually still within the first quarter of play. So not a whole lot there from a little like Ryan Fitzpatrick on the carry. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 18 to go for Westfield. So rough ending to a pretty good first quarter for Westfield. As let's see if I can somehow get these stats up on the board for you. Try to get us a Com South stat update. And that's what it looks like. Well, hang on. Let me get that fixed for you. I apologize. There we go. So in the first quarter for Westfield, they had 9 carries for 44 yards, averaged 4.9 yards per carry. They were 0 of 0 on passing and 2 penalties for 15 yards, 44 total yards for Westfield. For John Milledge, they had 85 yards worth of offense and 79 of that on the ground, 6 yards in the air. And that's where we stand right now. That's your Com South update here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. So we're set to start the second quarter on 3rd down and 18 for Westfield from their own 22-yard line. They'll move right to left here in this second quarter. Ryan looking to pass, throws a little swing pass out to Tanner Westbrook. Nowhere to go for Tanner Westbrook. That was maybe a gain of 2 yards as they get out to the 25. So we'll call it 3 on the reception for Tanner Westbrook. So not much there. And the punt is a booming high spiral kick by Giles Amos, and it will bounce sideways and be touched down at the 31-yard line. Great punt from Giles Amos, who I know has been working on that, and he hits a boomer. Giles went to a camp last week in Birmingham and finished in first place. So Giles knows what he's doing back there. He did a good job. So it's 1st down and 10 for John Milledge from their own 31-yard line. Westfield leading 14-7 here early in the second quarter. Handoff goes to Miller. Miller dancing around. He's hit, and he'll drive ahead. A fumble, and Giles Amos comes up with it. They're saying he's down. Man, these referees do a lot of home cooking here in this stadium. Tell you what, that football popped right up into the hands of Giles Amos, but they're saying his forward progress was stopped. So Cody Miller, he gets a gain of 7 on that one. So Giles in there on the stop along with Connor Cawthon. And they gave that one to him. Wow. Tough. 10:30 to go here in this second quarter. It's 14-7. Westfield leading. Undefeated John Milledge. The pitch goes to Miller. Miller hit hard by Wade Walker. But Cody Miller falls ahead close to the first down. I think he's about a yard short, so he gains 2. Big Wade throwing that shoulder out there. Got 6 tackles already in this game. It's 3rd down and 1. And as we've seen, it doesn't look like Coach Wall is really worried about whether it's 3rd or 4th, and he's going to take a timeout. So why don't we take a quick timeout with him as you're listening to Westfield football here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Go free ×3 this summer with ComSouth. Upgrade to any gold or higher value package and get the first month free, get free activation, and ComSouth will make the installation free too. Plus, as an added bonus, upgrade to high def and receive HD TV, you guessed it, free for 3 months. That's a whole lot of free for great telephone, wireless, state-of-the-art cable TV, and high-speed digital internet. Visit ComSouth.net for more details or stop by any of our convenient locations in Cochran, Hawkinsville, Perry, and Fort Valley.
Well, the news is out. Brandon Outfitters has taken Central Georgia by storm as one of the Mid-State's premier outfitters. Located just off I-75 in Perry, Georgia, Brandon has all of the latest gear for any hunting season or just for a nice night out on the town. They still have all of your favorite brands such as Southern Tide, Mountain Khakis, Southern Marsh, Patagonia, Costa, Orvis, and as always, a huge selection of firearms. Brandon also now features new brands such as Sims, Ray-Ban, Kavu, Chaco, Yeti, and much more. Come check them out at 106 Fairview Drive in Perry. They're sure to make your visit one to remember. Welcome back into the Hornets' Nest to the Football Friday Night Game of the Week on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Handoff goes to Miller. Miller diving ahead. He breaks a tackle, and there he goes. There's a flag in the backfield, though, as he's being trailed from behind by Tucker Moody. Tucker is going to knock him out of bounds inside the 10 at about the 9-yard line. But we're going to have to wait to see about the penalty. That should be coming back, and I think it is. Might have been a hold. It is. It's going to be a hold on John Milledge. That was a big play there as Cody Miller took it from the 40 all the way down to the 10. So this would negate a 50-yard run by Cody Miller, and it will. So holding against John Milledge. It's their first penalty of the game here. That'll push them back 10 yards. So Westfield dodges a bullet there on that one, as the holding penalty will negate a first down and a big-time run from John Milledge. That'll push them back to about the 27-yard line or so if it's from the spot of the foul. And it will, yeah, that'll push them back to the 27.5-yard line. So what was a 3rd down and 1 is now a 3rd down and about 14 to go. So pretty much this John Miller's team is a one-man show. Cody Miller is all over the field tonight. 9 carries, 83 yards. It just had a 50-yarder wiped out. And McCommon will roll to his left side. The lefty looking to pass, going over the middle, and it's incomplete. He had a man open, but great job by Gavin Edmondson to knock it away as Jalen Seeley was his intended target. So the incomplete pass will force a punt. So Westfield comes up with good defense there. And now they'll get the ball back, leading by 7 points with 9:38 to go in this second quarter. So on the punt will be McCommon, and Giles Amos will wait to receive. It's a high, lazy spiral kick, angled here to the near side as Tucker Moody got leveled there. Wasn't even nothing going on. And it'll be down at the 42-yard line. That's where Westfield will start this drive. 1st and 10, leading 14-7. And folks, don't forget, next week we'll be on the road again, taking on Flint River up at Flint River. So be sure to tune in to the Brandon Outfitters pregame show at 7:10, followed by kickoff at 7:30, and then Westfield will return home for their final game, home game of the regular season against Augusta Prep to close out that schedule there on homecoming. But this is the game right here everybody's wanting to know about, as Westfield put a man in motion. They fake the pitch, and now Giles got a man wide open. It's Cam Forrester wide open, and Cam is going to go in for the touchdown. What a great play. A little pop pass out to the tight end, and 58 yards later, touchdown Westfield. Wow, what a beautiful, beautiful thing that was right there, and a 58-yard touchdown pass to Cam Forrester. And Westfield is back up on top, 21-7. Cam, sneaky. Sneaky, sir. That's what he likes to say. Or that's what I like to say anyway. On for the extra point is Griffin Elmore. Elmore gets it up and gets it through. So your score now, Westfield 21 and John Milledge 7. Westfield looking good up here, leading 21-7 with 9:19 to go in this second quarter. We'll stay here with you. Again, Westfield coming in at 6-1. 7-0 is John Milledge Academy. But Westfield is playing the part of spoiler here on senior night from Ted S. Smith Stadium here on the campus of John Milledge Academy. A lot of fan support here in Milledgeville. As I mentioned, if you were able to look down on the track, you could see just fans spread out everywhere on either side. As Tim's getting you a good shot there, they got fans all over, up and down the sidelines on both sides. So they've done a good job and got a lot of excitement here for this program. Coach Wall has done a great job coming back here after his collegiate career there at Georgia. Robert Myatt on the kick. It's a high, short kick. And it will be taken at the 10-yard line and running into his own man and being brought down from behind that time was number 13, Michael Martino, it looked, on the reception. No, that was number 33, excuse me, that's Garrett Kitchens. So John Allen Snellgrove comes up with the special teams tackle along with Aiden Murphy. And Westfield will pin them inside their 20 here. John Milledge will start this drive at their 19, trailing 21-7. I want to again thank all of our sponsors: Brandon Outfitters, Spillers Orthodontics, Hamby Chevrolet, Com South, Planners First, Bill and Laura Amos, Moody Law Firm, Walker Insurance, Sonic, C.W. Williams Homes, and David Reagan Ford. Oh, McCommon fakes the handoff. He's going to run it here near side by himself. And he's going to break a few tackles as he gets out to the 29-yard line. That should be enough for a first down from Colby McCommon. That's only his third run. He looks like he got 9 on that carry. Or they might have to bring out the sticks to measure. Yeah, I mean, he's right at it. They needed to get to the 29, and they are right on that. I mean, it's the nose of a football either way here. Let's see if Tim can get us a tight shot down there on that one. Look at that. What camera work, man. It's like CBS. He is short of the line to gain. So it is second down. Good job, Tim, getting there on that one. So that's a 9-yard gain there from Colby McCommon. He now has 5 yards on 4 carries. We got a very enthusiastic female fan down here in front of us. You can hear her clear as day as it's a second down and inches. Power, offset eye. Give it to Miller. Miller's not going to, well, he might have gotten it. Depends on the spot. A lot of pushing and shoving going on there. He didn't need much. Well, they made the first down call before they did, so first down after the 1-yard carry from Cody Miller. So they have the first down at their own 29.5-yard line, 8:26 remaining here before the half. Westfield leading 21-7. And timeout is called by John Milledge. So we'll take a quick timeout with them. You listen to Westfield football on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
C.W. Williams is the premier home builder in Houston County. With established communities in Perry, Bonaire, Centerville, and Warner Robins, C.W. Williams Homes offers you a chance to build a customized home of your dreams. There are multiple floor plans available, ranging from a minimum of 1,000 square feet to over 3,000 square feet. Log on to cwwilliamshomes.com or give them a call at 478-922-2207 to check their list of plans, communities, and financing options today. C.W. Williams Homes. Let us build the home of your dreams.
Set your own banking hours with Planners First Online Banking. Planners First Online Banking allows you to connect and access your bank accounts 24/7. For those that are always on the go, you can check your balances, pay your bills, transfer funds anytime and anywhere you have internet access. Let Planners First Online Banking make your life a little easier. Planners First, a legacy of excellence since 1896. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. And now, back to the gridiron with Kenny and Brett on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And welcome back here to the Middle Georgia Sports Network Game of the Week here on midgasports.net. Westfield leading 21-7 here in the second quarter against John Milledge Academy. John Milledge has the ball, first down and 10 at their own 30-yard line. McCommon gives it off to Miller. Miller right up the gut, makes the first man miss, but he's not going to get past Gavin Edmondson, who's leading there on the tackle to go along with Connor Cawthon. Gavin Edmondson done a great job here tonight. Steps in there and makes the tackle. And that was a short gain of maybe 2 yards for Cody Miller. Cody now with 13 carries for 95 yards here in the game, but remember 65 of those came on 1 carry, and then he also had a 50-yard carry called back on holding. Here he is again, and he's chopped down low. John Walker Moore was the first man there, and then finishing him off was Matthew Moore. They're firing off here tonight. They're making some big hits. All of the Westfield Hornets. So it's 3rd and 7. As cycling in and out of the game is Westfield. Cam Forrester coming in now at the defensive end position, taking Corey Holliday's spot. And they're just lined up in the power I. They're not doing anything fancy. But I guess when you got a former fullback as your coach, it's kind of what you do. Miller gets the pitch, trying near side, trying to break some tackles. He does, and he's going to have enough for the first down. Just some poor tackling there from Westfield, and John Walker Moore is finally there to finish him off, but that should have been a no gain, at most 2 yards, but Westfield let him fall right through his fingers, and he gets a gain of 8 yards on that carry. He's now over 100. Cam checks back out, Corey Holliday in at the right defensive end position. I can call it. Miller left, Miller right. And this time they're going to get their backup in, and he tries the left side. He's hit from behind hard and brought down by Josh Jenkins. As there was Cam O'Neal. O'Neal there picks up a short gain of about 3 yards. So it's 2nd down and 7 after that 3-yard pickup. McCommon fakes. No, he does give it off. He gives it off. And a good play fake there. It had me fooled. But there on the tackle was Matthew Moore and Corey Holliday. As that time on the carry, I believe, was Cam O'Neal again, and O'Neal actually lost a yard on that carry. So it's 3rd down and 8. Westfield has put John Milledge in some long 3rd and distance, but unfortunately they've allowed some poor tackling to lead to first downs. Right here, it'll be shotgun formation with 4 wide receivers. Throw a little quick swing pass out wide to Miller. Miller is not going to get there. He's going to fumble. Who has it? I think Westfield's got it. Westfield comes up with the fumble recovery. Giles Amos fumbled it, or caused the fumble. Not sure who came up with it. But that was a great job there by Westfield. So I think that was Matthew Moore who came up with the fumble. We'll have to check on that one, but that is a fumble there. And now it's the 2nd turnover of the night. So Westfield in business, 1st and 10. And not good. Cody Miller holding his ribs. Big hit. So Westfield with the football, leading 21-7. 5.5 minutes to go. They throw a little screen pass out here. Now there's a throwback. Got a man wide open. And it's Reagan Waller for the touchdown. Wow. Gavin Edmondson with the throwback screen. What a job there. Woo! Man, that was pretty. 38 yards. Gavin Edmondson with the touchdown pass to Reagan Waller. And Westfield has opened it up here. Man alive. That's some good stuff right there. Reagan Waller with a 38-yard touchdown reception. And Westfield up 27-7, pending the extra point. And the hold is down, the kick is up, and it is good. So Westfield extends that lead 28-7 on the 38-yard touchdown pass from Gavin Edmondson on a throwback screen as he finds Reagan Waller in the end zone for the score. So Westfield opening it up here, digging into the tricks and coming up with a big play. Up by 3 touchdowns now, and the fans here have gotten silent here for John Milledge, and Westfield's just happy that they have a chance to kind of showcase this talent that they've known they've had. They just haven't been able to because games have been so out of hand. But there you go. Westfield leads 28-7 over the 7-0 John Milledge Trojans. Wow. How about that? Westfield looking good. This game decides pretty much all intents and purposes the region title between the two schools. And Westfield is looking like the defending state champions they are here tonight. And the kick will go into the end zone for a touchback from Robert Myatt. So Westfield is leading 28-7 with 5:22 remaining here in this second quarter. Westfield looking strong.
This is their guy right now.
McCommon looking to pass. He throws, and it's complete. But there on the tackle that time was Tucker Moody. Tucker comes up and makes the stop on number 14, Andrew Prestwood. Prestwood comes up with the 5-yard reception. So Prestwood there. So it's 2nd down and 4. With 4:54 remaining here in this half, and McCommon's going to keep it. And McCommon's not going to get anywhere as he's going to be brought down behind the line. Wade Walker with the sack. 2nd sack of the night for Westfield as Colby McCommon comes up with a -3 on that carry. And Westfield forcing them into a 3rd down and 6 now with 4:22 left to go before halftime, and looking for number 8 out there, and it doesn't look like he's out there at the moment. Mr. Cody Miller is injured, was banged up, had a rib injury, and a high snap, and it's on the ground, and Westfield is going to come up with it. Fumble recovery from Austin Doyle, and things have just gotten ugly here for John Milledge Academy. Westfield will have the ball, 1st and goal, just inside the 10-yard line. Here to put them up maybe 4 scores. And I'll tell you, it's a stunned silence here in Milledgeville at the moment. Westfield leading 28-7. They have the chance to go up even bigger here. And they'll line up with a spread out football team. 4 wide receivers. They got Tucker Moody in at the shotgun formation, and he's going to keep it himself. A little pitch around the end, and Tanner Westbrook's going to be hit and stay on his feet. Now he's going to throw it back of the end zone. It is caught for a touchdown. Giles Amos, but there's a flag down, I could have sworn. That was one of the weirdest plays I've ever seen. This is so hard to keep track of as both teams have, or Westfield has really pulled out all the stops.
Yeah, they seem to be pulling out all their trick plays and whatnot. They know how important this game is, Kenny.
Yeah, they pitched it back. Tucker Moody started with the football. Then he pitched it over to Tanner Westbrook. Tanner looked like he was about to go down, almost, and then he throws into the back of the end zone. It's caught by Giles Amos.
It looks like maybe an inadvertent whistle is the only thing I can come up with.
Oh, my goodness.
Because
there have been some horrible calls in this game already.
Yeah, it looked like maybe an inadvertent whistle because
they're going to say he's down. They're saying that they thought that Tanner's knee hit.
I didn't think he was even close.
There have been some really bad calls so far. They actually jobbed Westfield out of an entire down earlier.
Yeah, I've been watching, trying to walk around a little bit. As Kenny said, I'm a little bit under the weather here tonight, and it is a little steamy up in this press box for me.
And now they're going to throw a flag on Westfield for something. That line judge is quick with the flag, I'll tell you that. That far side line judge when you miss as many calls as you have no reason to throw a flag. This is we got the other radio crew here beside us, and I think they're kind of seeing the same thing. There have been some awful calls, and I'm channeling Brett Taylor here tonight. But it's been rough.
The good thing is Westfield's up 3 scores, Kenny, and they have a chance to go up even more. Even just a field goal, putting it 4 possessions would be great here for Coach Jones's team.
So looks like Westfield realizes it's going to be on them and probably back 15 yards. But I tell you what, you really got to have a let's just say stomach.
Yeah.
To make a bad call.
No mentioning stomachs right now, Kenny.
And then to then throw a flag on the other team who is arguing your bad call.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that is pretty if
you got to validate your call, I guess.
I guess. When I'm wrong, I'm really wrong.
Yep. When I'm wrong, I'm going to keep with it.
Yeah. But now they're over here meeting Coach Wall at about the 30-yard line, and I don't know what's going on. So I think the referee and this crew seems a little lost at the moment. I don't really know what's going on. Oh, I think they're asking if there was a whistle here maybe on the near side. That's the only thing I could think of.
Possibly.
So
did they throw a flag on Westfield thinking there was a whistle on Westfield's side?
They said they're asking for the game administrator.
I don't know. You want to take a break real quick? Come back when we get this thing figured out?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and take a break. You're listening to Westfield Football here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
I'm NASCAR driver David Reagan, and I'm inviting you to Fan Day, Thursday, October the 16th, here at David Reagan Ford in Perry. My older brother Adam, my Uncle Marvin, and my dad Ken, they've been in racing for a number of years. My older brother Adam's a big fan, so swing by David Reagan Ford in Perry to talk a little racing with the Reagans. Saving you money. Now that's another winner from David Reagan Ford in Perry.
Watch your speed. Go on me.
On the athletic field and in the classroom, students at the Westfield School are preparing to meet the challenging demands of the 21st century. Our dedicated faculty teaches and inspires students from pre-K to 12th grade to think critically and learn globally, preparing our students for college in a Christian environment that has been the Westfield mission for more than 44 years. And our students excel. From football to chorus, art to tennis, and basketball to debate, Westfield students aspire to be champions. It's the Westfield experience. To learn more about the Westfield School, visit our website, westfieldschool.org, or call our admissions office at 987-0547. The Westfield School, ready for college, ready for life.
And now, back to the gridiron with Kenny and Brett on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Welcome back here to John Milledge Academy at Trojan Field. It looks like might have a police officer.
Yeah, things have gotten weird.
Serious all of a sudden.
You got a sheriff's officer over there on the far side going and talking to Chip Champion, and the handoff goes to Tanner Westbrook, and Tanner is going to get down to the goal line, just short.
Down to the half-yard line. And it looks like, Kenny, that they reset that down where they called him because it was second down, and then they went back and gave him first down again, and now it's second down. So it looked like the down that they called Tanner, his knee down on the pass play that was going to go for a touchdown, looks like they reverted it back and basically had a do-over.
Yeah, but I don't know what they had a police officer down for. So very odd. Must have been some fans really kind of getting into the ear of just some language they probably wanted to.
Yeah, and no matter how bad the calls are, you can't have that, not in high school football.
So everything's settled down now. Second down and goal, and Tanner Westbrook is going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Hornets. Westfield leads 34-7 with 3:25 to go before halftime. Just a simple dive there with the power formation. They had John Walker Moore up front, along with Walker Davison, I believe. When you got those two guys up front, it makes it pretty easy to follow behind, and Tanner gets the score, and Westfield on the verge going up here 28 points.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, Kenny, the fact that Westfield has been so good on defense and really set their offense up has been, to me, the the key of the game, other than the one play on 4th down and 1 where they sold out.
And the extra point, it looks like it's just inside the right upright, and it is. So we'll take a quick break. You're listening to Westfield Football here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Spiller's Orthodontics is where great smiles begin. Whether you are an adult or a teen, they can make you smile. Dr. Don Spillers uses state-of-the-art technology and proven orthodontic techniques to provide his patients with the quality care they deserve. He offers Invisalign, Invisalign Teen, clear, and metal braces. No referral is needed, so call 478-953-2700 to schedule your complimentary evaluation and see why your friends love visiting his office.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes or if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them. Auto Owners Insurance.
Call Larry Walker, your local auto owner's agent, and let his team of professionals tailor an insurance program right for you and your budget.
Welcome back into the Hornets' Nest to the Football Friday Night Game of the Week on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And Robert Myatt booms another one into the end zone and out the back for a touchback. Robert really bringing the leg here this season. He's done that quite a few times. And that will start the drive for John Milledge Academy at their own 20-yard line, trailing 35-7.
Kenny, just to give you a little bit of what I've seen so far, being down there walking around on the sidelines and whatnot, this game really kind of reminds me of last year's Southwest Georgia Academy game, where you really didn't know what to expect. Kind of two teams that had played pretty decent throughout the season, and then Westfield just came out and exploded. And right now, that's exactly what the Hornets have done, up 28 points, 35-7 here at John Milledge.
And good news for John Milledge fans, Cody Miller's in the game. He gets the handoff. He cuts back, went over the middle, and he'll get out to the 28-yard line. That's a gain of 8 yards. Walker Davis in there on the tackle, along with Connor Coffin.
While we were on the sidelines, Kenny, I ran into Dave Forrester, Cam's dad, and we just talked about how shifty Cody Miller is. He can't really square him up in the hole, and he's able to get by and get extra yardage. And I tell you what, that was an example of it right there. He just shows his ability to to make people miss in the hole, and he's a very effective runner.
Yeah, they like to run that zone blocking scheme, kind of stretch it out. When he sees a lane, he takes it. And here he goes right ahead. And they're going to fake it. Actually, McCommon's got the football. McCommon gets around the end, and he's got a first down. That's the first good run there for Colby McCommon. He's got some speed as he gets out to the 38-yard line. That's a gain of 10 on the carry and a first down for the Trojans.
Yeah, he faked me out. Good job right there, faking the camera and the two guys up here.
Yeah, he had me. I thought Cody Miller had the football. Cody Miller now with 16 carries on the game for 112 yards and 1 touchdown. And he's going to get the handoff this time, coming here near side. He's got a blocker. And what a great tackle there by Cam Forrester, going Superman as he brings him down by the ankles. And he was helped out on top there by number 12, Giles Amos.
But yet Cody Miller still picks up 7 yards, but if you don't make that tackle at the 44.5-yard line, maybe Cody Miller goes for even further.
Yeah, that was a good job by Cam Forrester. He's done it here at the tight end position, taking a little pop pass for a touchdown, and right there, a good open field tackle. And this time they're going to give it off to number 23 as he comes around the corner, cuts back inside. He's got some speed as Walker Davis is going to bring him down. That is number 23, Cam O'Neill. Got enough for the first down in the Westfield territory down to the 47.
Yeah, nice job of spreading things out by Coach J.T. Wall in this Trojan offense, and they get that speed sweep going from the shotgun formation. And right there, Cam O'Neill was just able to get around the corner, get upfield for good yardage, 9 yards. And it looks like we're going to have maybe a timeout here from Westfield.
So we'll take a timeout with them with 1:46 to go before half. Your score, Westfield 35 and John Milledge 7. You're listening to Westfield Football on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Senior cheerleaders and cross-country runners, if you would. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 58 59 60 61 62 63 64 65 66 67 68 69 70 71 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 80 81 82 83 84 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 100 101 102 103 104 105 106 107 108 109 110 111 112 113 114 115 116 117 118 119 120 121 122 123 124 125 126 127 128 129 130 131 132 133 134 135 136 137 138 139 140 141 142 143 144 145 146 147 148 149 150 151
You know, this waffle cone is actually more like a sundae.
Plus, you can eat the waffle, which makes it way better than a regular sundae.
Way better.
It's like a Sunday with Reese's peanut butter cups and chocolate.
And real strawberry.
Oh, you make strawberry sound intense.
A lot of people don't know this, but strawberry is very densely packed with vitamin C.
Nerd alert!
The new waffle cones Sundays with real ice cream and premium toppings. And start your day with the 99-cent morning drink stop. This is how you Sonic.
Have you been injured and are in need of legal representation? If so, call Trey Moody. Trey is a graduate of the University of Texas and Mercer Law School and has been practicing in the Middle Georgia area for over 22 years. Trey has tried over 70 cases to jury verdict and has recovered over $5 million for his clients. Trey has established himself as one of Georgia's most prolific personal injury trial attorneys. He is also a certified and registered mediator with the State of Georgia Office of Dispute Resolution. So if you want a respected attorney who can actually try your case if needed, call Trey Moody at 478-988-3114 for a free consultation or visit his office today at 921 Carroll Street in downtown Perry. And now, back to the gridiron with Kenny and Brett on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And John Milledge tries a little quick slant there to Andrew Prestwood, and he was able to play defensive back there as it was going to be an easy pick for Tucker Moody. Would have been his second of the night, but he knocks it away, and the incomplete pass stops the clock with 1:42 to go before halftime.
Yeah, good job right there from the Westfield defensive backs. And like you said, Kenny, that was going to be a sure interception and a lot of green grass in front there for Westfield, if not for the defensive job right there by the offensive receiver.
So they line up in pistol formation. McCommon flushed out. Have to throw across his body, and he'll throw it out of bounds. Incomplete. Pressure there provided by Cam Forrester. And he's got a good little arm. He's got a good flick of the wrist, does McCommon, but hard to throw across your body.
Yeah, it seems to be smart, too, getting that away. He didn't want to take a loss and didn't want to lose any time off the clock either. That's a key right now with only one timeout. You got to think Coach J.T. Walls wants to get some sort of points here going into halftime, down 28.
Yeah, this is not what they had in mind here on senior night. They thought this was going to be kind of a coordination, yeah. Kind of new guy to the region in this new region and stepping up and showing what they're made of. But Westfield's made it tough. Handoff comes near side, and Westfield is going to stack him up. Connor Cawthon getting him up high, and down low is John Walker Moore and Gavin Edmondson. Edmondson playing a very good game here tonight.
Tell you what, Cody Miller does a good job of getting to the outside and fighting upfield, but what Westfield has done tonight, other than one play, is really gang tackle well. And it brings up a 4th down and 7. And here's a big play in the game with 1:06 left to go. Looks like there might be a timeout here by Coach J.T. Walls as he's talking here to the line judge near side.
Yeah, he's kind of talking to him like he's going to try to stop it with the play clock. And when he does, we'll stop it with him as we're under a minute here left to go, and there it is. So we'll take a quick break. You're listening to Westfield Football on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Go free ×3 this summer with ComSouth. Upgrade to any gold or higher value package and get the first month free, get free activation, and ComSouth will make the installation free too. Plus, as an added bonus, upgrade to high def and receive HD TV, you guessed it, free for 3 months. That's a whole lot of free for great telephone, wireless, state-of-the-art cable TV, and high-speed digital internet. Visit ComSouth.net for more details or stop by any of our convenient locations in Cochran, Hawkinsville, Perry, and Fort Valley.
Well, the news is out. Brandon Outfitters has taken Central Georgia by storm as one of the Mid-State's premier outfitters. Located just off I-75 in Perry, Georgia, Brandon has all of the latest gear for any hunting season or just for a nice night out on the town. They still have all of your favorite brands such as Southern Tide, Mountain Khakis, Southern Marsh, Patagonia, Costa, Orvis, and as always, a huge selection of firearms. Brandon also now features new brands such as Sims, Ray-Ban, Kavu, Chaco, Yeti, and much more. Come check them out at 106 Fairview Drive in Perry. They're sure to make your visit one to remember. Welcome back into the Hornets' Nest to the Football Friday Night Game of the Week on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Welcome back in here to the broadcast. It's 4th down and 7, and they're lining up in the punt formation, but it looks like Westfield's going to take a timeout. We'll stay here. 50.1 seconds to go before the half. Westfield on top, 35-7. And Westfield has done it all here in this first half. They forced 3 turnovers, 2 fumbles, and 1 interception that was returned for a touchdown of 48 yards by Tucker Moody. Fumble recoveries went to Austin Doyle, and I believe the first one was Matthew Moore. I couldn't really make it out. There was a big scrum over there after the big hit on Cody Miller by Giles Amos. But other than that, Westfield has done it all. They got a couple touchdown runs. They got one from Tanner Westbrook, and they look good. Done some big passing plays. How about the throwback pass from Gavin Edmondson as he found Reagan Waller for the end zone, and then the little pop touchdown pass as well to Cam Forrester.
Yeah, before the throwback screen, fortunate enough for me, even though I'm under the weather, I was over on that sidelines, and I heard Coach Craig before that throwback pass. That must have been something they had been planning all week on, because he told them to step on their throats at that point. And so they maybe a little graphic, but that's exactly what you want out of your kids, to say, hey, let's finish them off here. Let's not let them up off the turf.
And Coach Craig coached here last year, so he's wanting to make everybody, I'm sure he's got a lot of friends, but he's wanting to say, I can still finish this thing. So McCommon gets the kick off high, short kick, and it's going to take a good bounce for John Milledge Academy and be touched dead at the 20-yard line. And that's where Westfield will start this drive. 1st and 10, leading 35-7 with 38.3 seconds to go before halftime.
And Coach J.T. Walls did something smart there when he came out in that funky formation. He made Westfield use its last time out to try to defend it, and then he got back in a normal punt position. So I believe that was just a little bit of gamesmanship right there by the seasoned veteran coach who played college football, and he knows probably a lot of tricks of the trade.
Absolutely.
Looks like Westfield's going to just sit on it.
Smart. Just take the knee. You get the ball coming out in the second half. They'll be on offense, so Westfield will just take this lead into halftime. So your score after 1 half of football, it's the Westfield Hornets 35 and the John Milledge Academy Trojans 7. We'll take a quick break, and then at halftime on the Planners First Halftime Show, we'll have interviews with Matthew Moore and Giles Amos as Coach Craig's multimedia class sat down and did some interviews for us, and again want to thank them for all they do for us each and every week. So Westfield leads 35-7. Stay tuned for the Planners First Halftime Show here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Go free ×3 this summer with ComSouth. Upgrade to any gold or higher value package and get the first month free, get free activation, and ComSouth will make the installation free too. Plus, as an added bonus, upgrade to high def and receive HD TV, you guessed it, free for 3 months. That's a whole lot of free for great telephone, wireless, state-of-the-art cable TV, and high-speed digital internet. Visit ComSouth.net for more details or stop by any of our convenient locations in Cochran, Hawkinsville, Perry, and Fort Valley.
Spillers Orthodontics is where great smiles begin. Whether you are an adult or a teen, they can make you smile. Dr. Don Spillers uses state-of-the-art technology and proven orthodontic techniques to provide his patients with the quality care they deserve. He offers Invisalign, Invisalign Teen, clear, and metal braces. No referral is needed, so call 478-953-2700 to schedule your complimentary evaluation and see why your friends love visiting his office.
Now back to Kenny and Brett with the Middle Georgia Sports Network's halftime show, presented by Planners First.
Hey, it's Cheyenne here with Giles Amos, the Westfield Multimedia Journalism team. Giles, how's junior year going?
Junior year's going very good so far.
All right. Do you like hanging out with your junior friends?
I do. I love my junior friends in my class of 2016.
All right. Who's your biggest rival this year?
Biggest rival this year, have to go as always, is Deerfield Windsor.
All right. What intrigues you about football?
What intrigues me is just I've always had a love for the game. I've always enjoyed watching it, but the person who inspires me the most to go out and play is Georgia football player Michael Bennett. I love watching him play, wide receiver like I am, just hard player, plays with everything he has, and I enjoy watching that.
All right, and I know that you dedicate every game to God.
I do.
So you have a good relationship with God?
I do have a good relationship with God.
So are you playing football in college?
Yeah, I'd love to play football in college, and if the opportunity came, I'd definitely take it. But right now I plan on going up to the University of North Georgia in Athens with some of my friends from my class and my brother. So.
All right. Are you and your brother close?
We are close. We not like the best friend relationship, but you know, we go out and we do stuff together and we hang out, so it really brought us together.
That's good. Do you go to Athens like every other weekend, or is it just?
Whenever I go to a Georgia game, I'll go up and I'll stay with my brother and stay in his apartment that he has. So yeah.
Okay. Who's your favorite college football team?
College football team. My favorite college football team is Georgia, but the favorite team to watch play is Auburn.
What do you want to major in?
When I get to North Georgia, I want to major in journalism.
Why is that?
I've always been a big fan of writing, and that's really my strong subject in school. So that's why I've always been interested in that.
All right. So how are your academics this year?
Academics this year are actually surprisingly well. They have struggled in the past 2 years, but this year I'm a B student. So
just getting things together.
I am getting things on the right track.
So who's your favorite teacher?
Ooh, my favorite teacher. If journalism was an academic class, I'd have to go with Coach Craig. But since it's not, I'm going to go with Coach Champion in my world history class.
Why is that? Does he just make things understandable for you, or?
Easy class.
Okay. Do you consider 2016 like very close?
I do. I consider 2016 a brotherhood, actually. We all been together since pre-K, and it's just something between us that can't break us apart.
And how do you feel senior year is going to go?
Senior year, I feel it's going to go very good. I feel like it's going to be the best year that we've had, so I can't wait for that.
And track, sorry, my bad. What other sports do you play?
I play basketball, baseball, and run track as well.
Okay, if not football, what is your favorite out of those?
I really enjoy basketball a lot.
Basketball. We heard you had an injury last year. How does that?
I did have an injury, and it really prevented me from playing all basketball last year, but it hadn't really affected my football play. The first couple of games I was iffy on it, I didn't want to re-tear it or anything. But other than that, I just realized if it's gonna tear again, it's gonna tear it. It's gonna do its own thing. So it hadn't impacted me a lot, but it's definitely in the back of my mind always.
All right, well, that's all the time we have. All right, I think that's all the time we had. Thank you, Giles.
Thank you.
Well, the news is out. Brandon Outfitters has taken Central Georgia by storm as one of the Mid-State's premier outfitters. Located just off I-75 in Perry, Georgia, Brandon has all of the latest gear for any hunting season or just for a nice night out on the town. They still have all of your favorite brands such as Southern Tide, Mountain Khakis, Southern March, Patagonia, Costa, Orvis, and as always, a huge selection of firearms. Brandon also now features new brands such as Sims, Ray-Ban, Kavu, Chaco, Yeti, and much more. Come check them out at 106 Fairview Drive in Perry. They're sure to make your visit one to remember.
Man, these boneless chicken wings are great.
Yeah, I know, and I finally found myself a wingman.
You're going to use the wing as your wingman?
Yeah, for the ladies.
How is that going to help you at all?
It's going to make me irresistible.
Oh, right. Yeah, going to give you that certain je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais what?
Jenna.
Did she mention me by name, or was it just kind of like, was she just talking in general?
I said je ne sais quoi.
I know, but what did she say?
Be a wingman with new all-white meat boneless chicken wings in 3 flavors and save room for creamy cheesecake bites. This is how you Sonic.
Have you been injured and are in need of legal representation? If so, call Trey Moody. Trey is a graduate of the University of Texas and Mercer Law School and has been practicing in the Middle Georgia area for over 22 years. Trey has tried over 70 cases to jury verdict and has recovered over $5 million for his clients. Trey has established himself as one of Georgia's most prolific personal injury trial attorneys. He is also a certified and registered mediator with the State of Georgia Office of Dispute Resolution. So if you want a respected attorney who can actually try your case if needed, call Trey Moody at 478-988-3114 for a free consultation or visit his office today at 921 Carroll Street in downtown Perry.
Welcome back to the Middle Georgia Sports Network's halftime show, brought to you by Planners First.
It's Room Towel with our Westfield varsity football player, Matthew Moore. How are you doing, Matthew?
I'm doing good, Rima. How are you?
Good. So what number are you this year?
I wear number 43.
Yeah, 43. Does that hold any significance in your life?
I've had it my whole high school career. I got it when I was a freshman. I just thought it was time to change up. And there have been some legends to come through Westfield High School to wear that number, and I thought I'd just keep the tradition going.
That's good. That's good. So how's the season looking this year?
It's looking real good right now. We're sitting at 1 loss. Hopefully we'll win out through the rest of the season. We got John Milledge coming up, and hopefully it should be for the region championship. Maybe it'll be a good game.
What team was the loss with?
We played Deerfield at Albany, and it was just a rough game, but, we just had to, next week of practice, we just bounced back and just had to get better off of it.
That's good. So last week you guys played Gatewood, and how was that?
It was good. Gatewood was a good team. They had some athletes, but we just came out there at our home field and just outplayed them, and we played our best.
Yeah, that's good. Matthew, what's your favorite school subject?
My favorite school subject is probably environmental science with Mr. Howe, just because we have a lot of fun in Mr. Howe's class. He's a good teacher. He knows when to be serious and when to have fun.
Yeah, that's good. So what college do you plan on going to?
I haven't really decided yet. I still got another year to think, but along the lines of North Georgia, Mercer, or Valdosta.
That's good. Do you think you'll be playing football for college?
I don't know. If the opportunity rolls around, I might consider it, but, you just got to focus on school and stuff right now.
That's true. Do you have any football role models that you look up to?
My freshman year, it was that senior class. They just had a bunch of great athletes in there and guys to look up to, so I've just always looked up to them as I played.
That's good. Your favorite NFL team?
It's the Dirty Birds. It's got to be the Dirty Birds.
All right. Matthew, what is your favorite college football team?
The Georgia Bulldogs.
That's good. And your favorite football
player? Probably Julio Jones for the Falcons. Just athletic, dominates the field. I like his way of play.
Okay, so what is your game day superstitions? Do you have any?
I've worn the same green Under Armour under my jersey since I've been in the 8th grade.
That's awesome. What position do you play?
I'm the defensive end.
Do you like it a lot?
Oh, I love it. I love that position.
Yeah, what coaches influence you?
Probably Coach Wall, just because me and him spend a lot of time together in D group and D team. He's always been there coaching me up. Since I was a freshman, I've played the same position my high school career and just had him every year, and I love him as a coach.
That's good. What are your favorite hobbies to do outside of school?
I like watching football. I like hanging out with my friends, and we just go around and do whatever, I guess.
Yeah. What is your typical Saturday like after Friday night football?
On a typical Saturday, I'm pretty tired from the game, so I'll probably sleep in, wake up, watch a little college football, and see if the parents need anything around the house. And then at the night, I'll probably be hanging with the guys.
That's awesome. What is your favorite food?
My favorite is probably a steak, grilling a nice steak.
That's awesome. When did you start playing football?
I started playing football when I was in the 2nd grade.
Yeah. Have you grown up playing with the same guys?
Yep, it's been pretty much the same crew. We added in Ryan and a couple other guys once we got to middle school, but since the 2nd grade, a bunch of us have just grown up playing ball together, and that's why I love playing with these guys.
That's awesome. When did you start going to Westfield?
I've been at Westfield my whole life, ever since pre-K.
That's awesome. What intrigues you about football? What makes you so interested in it?
It's just having a good time with my friends and making new friends and having the brothers out there with me. I just love playing it with them.
That's awesome. Well, that's all the time we have. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes or if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them. Auto Owners Insurance.
Call Larry Walker, your local auto owner's agent, and let his team of professionals tailor an insurance program right for you and your budget.
C.W. Williams is a premier home builder in Houston County with established communities in Perry, Bon Air, Centerville, and Warner Robins. C.W. Williams Homes offers you a chance to build a customized home of your dreams. There are multiple floor plans available, ranging from a minimum of 1,000 square feet to over 3,000 square feet. Log on to cwwilliamshomes.com or give them a call at 478-922-2207 to check their list of plans, communities, and financing options today. C.W. Williams Homes. Let us build the home of your dreams.
On the athletic field and in the classroom, students at the Westfield School are preparing to meet the challenging demands of the 21st century. Our dedicated faculty teaches and inspires students from pre-K to 12th grade to think critically and learn globally, preparing our students for college in a Christian environment that has been the Westfield mission for more than 44 years. And our students excel from football to chorus, art to tennis, and basketball to debate. Westfield students aspire to be champions. It's the Westfield experience. To learn more about the Westfield School, visit our website, westfieldschool.org, or call our admissions office at 987-0547. The Westfield School, ready for college, ready for life.
Welcome back to the Middle Georgia Sports Network's halftime show, brought to you by Planners First.
Welcome into the Planners First halftime show here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network, where Westfield leads at the half 35-7 over John Milledge Academy. And Westfield looking good here tonight so far, Brett, as they have really racked up some points, but surprisingly they're losing in the stat category as far as total yards, but that's mainly because they've started with a lot of short fields.
Yeah, absolutely, and their defense has done a great job of getting turnovers, and that's really been a key, as Westfield has 13 rushes for 48 yards in the first half, but 2 passes completed for 61 yards, 2 touchdowns, and when it doesn't take you very much to score and you get a defensive touchdown, you know, the stats are going to be a little bit skewed in the favor of the opposing team, but they have 109 total yards. And John Milledge has rushed the ball 28 times for 148 yards, 45 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 fumbles on the night, 3 of 7 passing with 1 interception, 43% completion percentage, and 157 total yards. As Kenny's going to get sick now because he drank my drink.
Oh, God.
So that was a stat update by ComSouth here to scores. Good. Thank you.
As we're here at the Planners halftime show.
Thank you.
So things are all going all right, but man, I tell you, I think we're actually missing a pass play, Brett. Now that I think about it, there was you had the long 58-yarder, and then it's still 2 touchdowns. You had 2 offensive rushing touchdowns, 1 defensive and 2 passing. But we're missing some yards, I think, on the.
I got you.
There was a 38-yard touchdown pass there, and I forgot to add in a 58-yarder right there. So only Ryan had 61, but Gavin Edmondson had a 38-yard completion. So that's a total of 99 yards.
I'll make that adjustment real quick. So, yeah, so the stats are pretty close then, 147 to 157. So that makes it look a little bit better. See what happens when I'm not up here, folks?
I know. Things fall apart, man, I tell you. But
Kenny was just having to try to do it all himself.
But Westfield looking good. 3 of 3 passing there for 99 yards. They had the 58-yard one, and then they threw in the long one there as well on the throwback screen, and which was really probably the offensive play of the game thus far for sure. And that goes along with the defensive play of the game so far this go-around, and that was Tucker Moody having the 48-yard interception return for a touchdown. So they have looked good here thus far as they now lead 35-7 for the halftime score. So why don't we go ahead and take a quick break and be back with you as you're listening to the Westfield Game of the Week here on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
I'm NASCAR driver David Reagan, and I'm inviting you to Fan Day, Thursday, October the 16th, here at David Reagan Ford in Perry. My older brother Adam, my Uncle Marvin, and my dad Ken, they've been in racing for a number of years. My older brother Adam's a big fan, so swing by David Reagan Ford in Perry to talk a little racing with the Reagan. Saving you money. Now that's another winner from David Reagan Ford in Perry.
Watch your speed. Go on me.
On the athletic field and in the classroom, students at the Westfield School are preparing to meet the challenging demands of the 21st century. Our dedicated faculty teaches and inspires students from pre-K to 12th grade to think critically and learn globally, preparing our students for college in a Christian environment that has been the Westfield mission for more than 44 years. And our students excel. From football to chorus, art to tennis, and basketball to debate, Westfield students aspire to be champions. It's the Westfield experience. To learn more about the Westfield School, visit our website, westfieldschool.org, or call our admissions office at 987-0547. The Westfield School, ready for college, ready for life.
And now, back to the gridiron with Kenny and Brett on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And we're back here at the Planners First halftime show. Kenny Kofer, Brett Taylor, Tim Thompson upstairs on the camera, along with Mini Tim, Mr. Cole Thompson roaming around here somewhere.
Yeah, the lights haven't gone off tonight, so maybe we can let him off the hook for that at Deerfield.
Yeah.
When the lights went out.
But things have it's kind of been a weird first half. I don't think anybody expected such a explosion of offense and just domination by Westfield here in this first half, but they really pulled away there in the second quarter. And what can you say about Westfield? They came prepared. They knew the talent that John Milledge had, especially with the running back Cody Miller, and they've done a good job. I mean, they hemmed him up pretty much. He's had two big plays, a 65-yarder and a 50-yarder. The 50-yarder was called back, but the 65-yarder was on a 4th down and 1, and he just snuck through the line there and then kind of just, like I said, when you have 11 guys up on the line and you break through, after that it's pretty much green grass.
Yeah, I talked to Dave Forrester again down there when I was on the sidelines, and he said the same sentiment. He was just like, we sold out on that one play, and what can you say? I mean, you got to 4th down and 1, and a lot of times when you have basically just one wave of containment, as soon as you break that wave, it's off to the races. And Cody Miller is a very quick runner, and he has showed a lot here tonight with 18 rushes for 122 yards, but only one touchdown on the night for John Milledge, and Westfield has done an excellent job, especially in the pass game on defense, and then also forcing some fumbles. So their pass defense and their rush defense has been good and very opportunistic.
I'll tell you what, I didn't know they had rhinos here at John Milledge, but, man, I tell you, every step somebody makes in this press box makes me feel like it's about to come down. But right now, Westfield leads 35-7 here at halftime, and they look to try to get back on top or stay on top in region play. The lone loss they had was to the Deerfield Windsor Knights. So we'll see what they got in store here in the second half. Brett, why don't we go ahead and take one final break as we start second half action. You listen to Westfield football on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Spillers Orthodontics is where great smiles begin. Whether you are an adult or a teen, they can make you smile. Dr. Don Spillers uses state-of-the-art technology and proven orthodontic techniques to provide his patients with the quality care they deserve. He offers Invisalign, Invisalign Teen, clear, and metal braces. No referral is needed, so call 478-953-2700 to schedule your complimentary evaluation and see why your friends love visiting his office.
In this moment, it doesn't matter if you save money in 15 minutes, or if your neighbor has the same insurance that you do. What matters right now is the quality of your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them. Auto Owners Insurance.
Call Larry Walker, your local auto owner's agent, and let his team of professionals tailor an insurance program right for you and your budget.
Welcome back into the Hornets' Nest to the Football Friday Night Game of the Week on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And we're almost set for second half action here as Westfield will receive the ball to start here in this second half, and John Milledge will go on defense. What do you think Coach Jones has up his sleeve? We saw him kind of pull out all the tricks there in the first half. Think he's got any more up there?
Oh, absolutely. And, as you heard the sentiment, I did down on the sidelines, the coaches down there want Westfield to finish this game and finish the drill, and that's exactly what they need to come out and do here on this first drive. And if you give a team a chance and some hope, especially with the talent of John Milledge, you never know what can happen in the second half of a football game. But you're up 35-7 and you got to try to go down and get a score here. Any kind of points really puts it to a 5 score deficit, and it's going to be tough for the John Milledge Academy Trojans to come back from that.
And Westfield, as I said, has racked up 2 rushing touchdowns to go along with 2 passing touchdowns and a defensive touchdown. So that's what I like to call variety. Not bad for the Westfield Hornets. People kind of sleeping on the Hornets. Surprising, really. Defending state champs. Everybody's kind of the talk of the town. Really has been obviously John Milledge and then Brookwood as well. And both those teams. Brookwood, of course, defeating Deerfield Windsor. But everybody's kind of sleeping on the Hornets. But they're saying, hey, remember us? 6-1, winning against the 7-0 John Milledge Trojans, looking every bit the defending state champs.
Yeah, no doubt. And this will be a big drive, a big test for Westfield here coming out in this second half. And you got to think that Coach Walls might go for a little bit of trickeration here on the kickoff. You might see maybe an onside kick or something like that. You got to be prepared for anything, as you see a little bunch formation here coming out from the John Milledge Academy kickoff team.
They have not been afraid to try different things. They've gone forward on 4th down 3 to 4 different times. Not to mention on their opening drive, they went forward on 4th down from their own 30-yard line and couldn't come up, and that kind of set Westfield up with great field position. But you're right, Brett, here they go with a tight bunch on the kickoff here to start the second half. And it's a high, short pooch kick taken by Tanner Westbrook at the 39-yard line. Tanner, not much there as he gets down right there at the 32, and that's where Westfield will start this drive, 1st and 10. Leading 35-7.
Yeah, but the kick's so short that it's still great field position.
Right.
And really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Why are you doing that? Just try to kick it deep and let your kickoff team come out and cover. But nonetheless, Westfield comes out with great field position.
So the Hornets bring out their starters here, leading by 28 points. Hoping to build upon that lead and really just send a message here in GISA AAA Region 4. Westfield win this. They're sitting pretty as they go in the last 2 weeks of the season. Ryan's going to keep it. Ryan here across the near side, across the 50. He's across the 40, and he'll go out of bounds with a horse collar at the end and no flag thrown. As he goes out of bounds at the 33-yard line, that could have been both a late hit and a horse collar.
Yeah, that was very apparent. I thought both hands almost in the shoulders. So he goes from the 32 of his own down to the 33 of John Milledge.
So that's a 35-yard run for Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Yeah, great job. Good play to start off with. 35-yard run right out the gate.
Not too shabby, so Westfield moves up here and already into John Milledge territory just on one play. Big Cam leading his guys to the line as Tanner Westbrook will be out to the right side of Ryan Fitzpatrick, and Reagan Waller here to the near side. They give it off to Josh Jenkins as he went in motion, trying to follow some blockers. He does, and a shoestring tackle there saved him from going for a touchdown. It was a good tackle by Garrett Kitchens, but Josh picks up a gain of 9 down to the 24-yard line.
And really this shows how well the Westfield scheme is, to be honest with you. Everything kind of works off each other, and I tell you what, that was an excellent play call right there. Just outflanking John Milledge, and then when John Milledge tried to get wide, they cut right back up inside the corner there and got inside for 9 yards. Good job right there by Josh Jenkins, and Westfield set up pretty with 2nd down and 1.
Ryan takes a snap. He's looking to pass. He's throwing to Giles. Giles has got it, and Giles will just fall down right there at the 10-yard line. That's a good gain of 14 yards on the reception to Ryan Fitzpatrick to Giles Amos. Looks like we got an injured Trojan down there holding his right arm.
Westfield got away with a false start, I believe. I don't know if everybody was set on that play before it was snapped, but you know Coach Jones will take that, and it looks like number 3 maybe for 33. John Milledge, 33.
Garrett Kitchens is a little banged up holding his right arm, and Giles also.
He kind of got twisted on the play when he tried to spread out or spin back and get down to the 10-yard line and stretch that ball.
Giles is so big. He's so funny because he catches it, and he wants to run. And he's like, oh, I got 4 guys. I just want to go down.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to lose the football, too, especially when your team's down inside the red zone, up 28 points.
1st and 10, looking to pass. A little quick screen. Oh, my Lord, what a pass right through the hands of Reagan Waller. But I tell you what, that was college-esque pro-esque there, right on the money.
Right through the pocket, through the passing lane, and Ryan, I tell you what, that was an excellent pass, and Reagan, he's got to think he wishes he had that back, and but nonetheless, you got to take a shot on first down, and that's exactly what they did, as Westfield can actually pick up a first down inside the 1 yard line at about the half-yard line, so Westfield can get a first down here without scoring a touchdown as Giles Amos comes back into the game.
Yeah, Giles appears to be okay. Ran into Giles and Ryan both at the Houston County game last night. Now, Giles was saying on his Twitter feed that Ryan Fitzpatrick's the best quarterback in Houston County. Well, he's looked like it tonight. Handoff goes to Jenkins. Jenkins spinning, driving. Finally spun down inside the 10 down to about the 6 yard line. It's a gain of 5 yards on the carry from Josh Jenkins.
Josh just showing those tough yards that he picks up, and he spins all players, keeps the legs churning. That's one of the things that you see with Josh Jenkins is his knees all the time. Yeah,
he's always high knees, high knees. Got to imagine, I would think, this is probably 4-down territory.
Yeah, I mean, you would think. If not, if you don't pick it up, you leave John Milledge with a long field to work with. But Coach Jones has got to be thinking for 6 right here and try to put this out of reach.
So it comes set, wing backs to either side. Ryan squats low. He'll fake the handoff, keep it himself, and Ryan's going to walk in to the end zone. Touchdown, Westfield. They now lead 41-7 with 9:41 to go in this third quarter.
Yeah, nice little reverse out read option there from the from under center to the fullback, and he fakes it up inside, and then Ryan had a wide open lane off tackle to run here on the near side, and it puts the score out to 41-7. Westfield is on top of the John Milledge Academy Trojans here.
So Griffin Elmore on for the extra point. Tanner Westbrook the hold, John Walker Moore the snap. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is also good. So with 9:41 to go in the third quarter, your score, Westfield 42, John Milledge 7. You listen to Westfield Football on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
You know, this waffle cone is actually more like a sundae.
Plus, you can eat the waffle, which makes it way better than a regular sundae.
Way better.
It's like a sundae with Reese's peanut butter cups and chocolate.
And real strawberry.
Oh, you make strawberry sound intense.
A lot of people don't know this, but strawberry is very densely packed with vitamin C.
Nerd alert!
The new waffle cone Sundays with real ice cream and premium toppings. And start your day with the 99-cent morning drink stop. This is how you Sonic.
Have you been injured and are in need of legal representation? If so, call Trey Moody. Trey is a graduate of the University of Texas and Mercer Law School and has been practicing in the Middle Georgia area for over 22 years. Trey has tried over 70 cases to jury verdict and has recovered over $5 million for his clients. Trey has established himself as one of Georgia's most prolific personal injury trial attorneys. He is also a certified and registered mediator with the State of Georgia Office of Dispute Resolution. So if you want a respected attorney who can actually try your case if needed, call Trey Moody at 478-988-3114 for a free consultation or visit his office today at 921 Carroll Street in downtown Perry. And now, back to the gridiron with Kenny and Brett on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And Robert Myatt kicks it through the end zone for a touchback. So John Milledge will start with the ball, 1st and 10 from their own 20 as they trail here 42-7 to the Westfield Hornets with 9:41 to go in this third quarter. Quite a surprise here from Ted S. Smith Field, John Milledge Academy. Handoff goes to their workhorse. That is Miller. Nothing there, though.
Connor Coffin.
He is pumped, man. Hey, he's a wrestler by trade, I guess you'd say, and you could tell he loves getting in there in those nasty battles. But he was all about that one, but the tackle was made there by John Walker Moore.
Yeah, great job right there by John Walker Moore, and just good penetration by Westfield's defense getting across the line and really disrupting things for the Trojans. And it's been tough sledding other than 1 or 2 plays for Cody Miller.
Run a little option now, and nowhere to go. Is bringing him down, and it could have been a late hit, and it will be.
He tackled him in bounds, though.
Yeah, but he slammed him there to finish it. So unfortunate, Connor Cawthon finishes off a good play as he read and took the quarterback out of the play there for a loss of about a yard.
I know a lot of people probably won't like this, but I like that. I love a guy who's intense about the game of football, and a lot of times as a coach, you'll take that just because you know he's playing 110%.
Connor's going to be pulled off the field on that one, though, as he made a good play. We'll see if any coaches come talk to him.
If Westfield goes on to victory here tonight, that'll be a play they probably watch over and over again.
Yeah.
during film study.
So he brings him down. The referee wanted to make sure everybody knew it was 15 yards. He came out there and did it again just because he felt like it.
Hey, you know.
These are probably the worst set of refs we've had all year.
Players aren't the stars of the game, it's the refs.
Miller with the handoff right up the gut. He'll fight out to about the 38-yard line. Walker Davidson along with Aiden Murphy and Matthew Moore there.
Aiden Murphy getting some big playing time here on defense in the second half for Westfield. And Aiden, he's built short to the ground, but he's a player. I'll tell you what, he's not too happy with me right now, but he is an excellent player for Westfield in a lot of different sports.
Yeah, he's a good second baseman on the baseball team, and they got him at middle linebacker now.
I think he's going to be shooting guard in basketball.
They try the far side there to Miller, and boy, is he hit hard and brought down. That was Corey Holiday there to meet Miller. Holiday really playing well here tonight. Kind of a quiet guy, doesn't really talk too much, but he makes his presence known. Hey, JT Walls should like him. He kind of built just like him.
Yeah, pretty much low to the ground, 5'11", good center of gravity, and he can fire off the ball. And he's very powerful in the weight room, and it really shows on the football field. He doesn't get too many tackles because he's there on the inside, but I tell you what, when he gets a chance, it's a big hit normally.
So 3rd down and 8. Looking to pass. Flush out of the pocket now. Coming near side. He got 5 guys around him. He finally goes down. I think he saw it coming. Josh Jenkins was over there to bring down quarterback McCommon.
And so is Connor Cawthon. I mean, he's everywhere tonight, it seems, and that's going to be a loss of about 5 yards on the play.
So that goes as a sack.
Yeah, should. To Josh Jenkins, half sack, and a half sack to Connor Cawthon, I believe.
So Jenkins has now got himself
1.5.
1.5 here tonight.
That's good job by the offensive star for Westfield, and then doing it on the defensive end as well.
McCommon gets off a wobbly, kind of a knuckleball, and it will roll out of bounds at the 36-yard line, and that's where Westfield will start this drive. 1st and 10, leading 42-7 over the John Milledge Trojans. And I think the last scoring update we had, Brett, back at McConnell Talbert was, 17-7 Northside?
Yep.
So the big one there, showtime at the MAC, as they call it. Might be a new rivalry. I tell you, Houston County's on the scene. That'll be a good game at the end of the season there, as Northside and Houston County will play for possibly a region title.
Yeah, if Houston's much like this Westfield team. If they can play good defense, they can really hang with anybody and beat anybody.
They played great last night in a 45-15 win over Jones County, who had beaten Northside. Ryan gives it off to Tucker Moody. Tucker tries to cut back, and he falls. I'll tell you what, Connor Cawthon is playing today, buddy. He is fired up, and he is mixing it up right there with Harrison Bryant, defensive lineman there. He's making his name known.
Tell you what, Kenny, Connor Cawthon reminds me of one of those players that Ert used to talk about. He's got a bad case of the wants.
Yes, absolutely. He is. He's on fire down there. Handoff quick goes to Josh Jenkins. Jenkins, big hole. He gets across the 50 out to the 48-yard line. Flags fly in late, though, and it looks like the way Jacob Payne's reacting, and it's going to be on him.
We'll see how far down the field that occurred. 2 flags down. Josh Jenkins shot out of a cannon for a 17-yard pickup, but flags down at the 45-yard line of John Milledge, and this might be coming back on Westfield.
Personal foul. Personal foul. So offset.
First down. So they're going to let the result of the play stand, and Josh Jenkins picks up 17 yards. Normally that comes back, doesn't it?
I think he signaled dead ball.
Oh, so after the play or after after they had whistled it.
Yeah, even though the flags were thrown during the play.
Who knows with these guys? And as you said, this has not been the most well-officiated game we've seen this season.
JT Walls just looked at him, turned around, and shook his head like, oh, my God, you got to be kidding me. And then this side judge over here just signaled third down. Third down after 17-yard pickup on second and 10. And now he's holding up a 1.
He got it right, man. Get off the
Wonderful. Wonderful. Inside trap given to Robert Myatt. Myatt dancing around, carrying a defender, dragging him.
He's going to need a new jersey after that play.
Remind me of Little Giants with Spike dragging the little guy there. But
and Robert's not a very big guy, but they say he's one of the best guys in the weight room as far as pound for pound.
Yeah,
there's really nobody stronger on this Westfield team than Robert Myatt.
Yeah, he is. He's a man of few words. I mean, he doesn't say much, and
because his brother got all of his words.
His brother is quite the comedian. Quite the comedian. Always funny to talk to Alex,
who apparently caught a punt early in the year.
He said if he would return it for a touchdown, he'd take his helmet and his jersey off, fold it up, and give it to Coach Jones because he's never going to top that.
That's true, though.
Yeah.
Good play right there by Josh Jenkins. Shoots upfield for a nice 4.5-yard pickup. And Westfield continues to kind of churn things out here really midway through the third quarter.
So 3rd down and 3 with 5:08 left in this third quarter. Westfield leading 42-7. This comes on the heels of Westfield winning 55-14 over Bullock Academy, 54-14 over Westminster, and then last week 49-14 over Gatewood. So Westfield just running rampant through GISA. Ryan fakes the handoff, keeping himself. He's going to go right in the middle. He's still on his feet. He's got some blockers, and he's got the corner. 10-5, touchdown. Ryan Fitzpatrick, no flags, and that will go 42 yards for Ryan Fitzpatrick.
Wow. What can you say? Just impressive.
It is quiet here on this side.
Just impressive.
Ryan is, he's got that deceptive speed. He found the running game. I think it was against, I want to say, going to draw a blank there. Chip's former school.
Southland?
Tift area. Last
year.
Last year, we saw Ryan all of a sudden just develop a running game. And he is going to let that bleed over here this year. He's, if not the leading rusher, definitely the second leading rusher as the extra point is up and good from Griffin Elmore. Your score, 49-14, 4:40 to go. We'll take a quick break. You're listening to Westfield Football on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Go free ×3 this summer with ComSouth. Upgrade to any gold or higher value package and get the first month free, get free activation, and ComSouth will make the installation free too. Plus, as an added bonus, upgrade to high def and receive HD TV, you guessed it, free for 3 months. That's a whole lot of free for great telephone, wireless, state-of-the-art cable TV, and high-speed digital internet. Visit ComSouth.net for more details or stop by any of our convenient locations in Cochran, Hawkinsville, Perry, and Fort Valley.
Well, the news is out. Brandon Outfitters has taken Central Georgia by storm as one of the Mid-State's premier outfitters. Located just off I-75 in Perry, Georgia, Brandon has all of the latest gear for any hunting season or just for a nice night out on the town. They still have all of your favorite brands such as Southern Tide, Mountain Khakis, Southern Marsh, Patagonia, Costa, Orvis, and as always, a huge selection of firearms. Brandon also now features new brands such as Sims, Ray-Ban, Kavu, Chaco, Yeti, and much more. Come check them out at 106 Fairview Drive in Perry. They're sure to make your visit one to remember. Welcome back into the Hornet's Nest to the Football Friday Night Game of the Week on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And Robert Myatt kicks it through the end zone again for Westfield as Hornets are dominating 49-7 over John Milledge Academy here on senior night at John Milledge with 4:40 to go in this third quarter.
Yeah, and John Milledge has other than the 15-yard penalty by Connor Coughlin that gave them a first down, they have -3 yards in this second half so far.
Not too shabby for Westfield's defense, who's forced 3 turnovers, scored a defensive touchdown, and then just run and thrown at will. And they give it off to Miller here, Cody Miller. Not a whole lot there as he was hit first by Corey Holiday and Aiden Murphy.
Yeah, the Westfield defense has definitely rose to the occasion here tonight. You knew Westfield's offense was going to come to play and have their success as they normally do. Their worst game of the season scoring-wise was the first game, and they really moved the ball up and down the field. And then probably the worst game they played was against Deerfield. I haven't seen them play a game like that since the first game last season, and they scored, 26 points, 25 points. So Westfield's offense normally puts some points on the board.
Fake fullback dive, and Matthew Moore gets in the backfield and brings him down for a 2-yard loss. Sack from Matthew Moore. Really come on here. He's got 9 tackles to go with a sack, and we got to meet Matthew face-to-face earlier this week in Coach Craig's class. We were able to go by and speak with them, and he's a spitting image of his brother Micah, but just a little bit thicker, and he's a quiet leader on this defense.
Yeah, and I like the fact that it seems Westfield's defense is very in sync. They got up after that. I'm not sure who gave them a 5, but it's like they knew what was going to happen there.
McCommon's going to be sacked again. Guess who? Matthew Moore, back-to-back sacks. As it was a high snap, McCommon gained it in, but then he had no answer there. Did the right tackle as Matthew Moore came in. 10 tackles to go with 2 sacks, as well as a fumble recovery. So not a bad night for Mr. Matthew Moore.
-6 now in the third quarter for Westfield's defense on 2 drives.
And they're going to bring on the punt team, but to the credit of John Milledge, they kind of maintained the crowd here. So McCommon will punt it away. Giles back deep to receive and waits to kick at his own 44. It's a wobbly kick angled here near side. Takes a Westfield bounce and will be touchdown at the 36-yard line. And that's where Westfield will start this drive at the John Milledge 36, leading by 42 points with 2:45 to go third quarter.
Yeah, I tell you what, everything has gone wrong here tonight for John Milledge, and they're 7-0 for a reason. They're still a good football team, but honestly, Westfield has put together a complete game here through almost 2 2/3 of a quarter here. And when you face a team who puts it all together like this on a night, it's hard to beat them, especially with the talent. There's really not a weakness right now on Westfield's team.
And Tanner Westbrook now in at quarterback as the handoff goes to Jarius Hart. Inside to 35. He gets down to about the 32. There's a flag down at the line of scrimmage, however, and it's probably going to be a hold on Westfield. So that is a hold on Westfield, and that will push them back after the big gain, or the 7-yard gain there. So that'll push them back to the 46-yard line. So it's going to be a first down and 20. So not too bad when you're in a rivalry game and a game for all intents and purposes, the region championship, and you can have your backup quarterback come in the ball game midway through the third quarter. So first and 20. Now back at their 46-yard line. Austin Burnett also in there, as well as Aiden Murphy. Murphy gets the handoff. Aiden drives. Not a whole lot there. He maybe gets a yard to the 45.
So I'm going to pick up about 1 yard on the play. After the penalty, Westfield's going to be in a second down and 19 from the John Milledge 44.5-yard line.
And, we've talked about it, and, with the Macon schools moving up into GHSA, and, this was really the game that, there's a couple games you look at and you go, okay, these are the games we need to measure ourselves. Obviously, Southland's a rival. They had been proved. Westfield was able to defeat them by 14. Then they had Valwood beat them by 14 or 17. Now this one, Westfield just head and shoulders better. And a keeper that time from Tanner Westbrook, and nothing doing. He is brought down right there at the line of scrimmage. But, Brett, just watching this, I don't know. I mean, if Westfield plays the way Westfield can, there's not a team in the state that can beat him in GISA.
I don't think so, but, obviously they've got to mentally come and play. They were up for this game, and they probably had Coach Craig, who came from John Milledge, really in their ear telling them, hey, this is a good team you're playing. You're not going to be able to just cakewalk through this game and just show up and be Westfield and beat a team. So if they come with the same mentality, you're right, Kenny.
And they'll give it off to Jarius Hart. Hart cutting up the middle. Hart dancing through the hole as he gets across the 35, back to the 34-yard line. So it will be a fourth down and about 8 yards to go. And this is one of them odd yardages here, so you probably just go for it.
Yeah.
I mean, you punt him deep, but that's not really going to accomplish much. Giles is ready, though. He was standing there on the sideline next to Coach Jones. So Tanner will get the play from Coach Jones, and he'll come back in. You got Gavin Edmondson now.
Might see a pass play here. Maybe a run-pass option for Tanner on the outside.
You could. Got Griffin Elmore in at wide receiver, spread out to the far side. But Jerry's in motion, and they give it off to Austin Burnett. Austin's going to be short of the first down as he gets inside to 30, down to the 29. That's a gain of about 6 yards, but he's going to be short by 2. So turnover on downs, gives the ball back to John Milledge.
Yeah, the youngster danced a little bit in the hole, and I think if he would have got upfield, he would have had a chance to pick up the first down. But with 9 seconds left to go in the third quarter, Westfield up 42. It's hard to really get mad about a whole lot here tonight.
So just 9 seconds before the fourth. Westfield with a big lead. They look to improve to 7-1. And John Milledge looking to drop. As they only had, looks like 10 guys out on the huddle. Did John Milledge. They sent in late number 25, Jalen Beck. So 1st and 10. Common hands it off to the deep back, and that is number 8, Cody Miller. And Cody gets about 2 yards. Reagan Waller there on the tackle, and that'll do it here on the third quarter. So your score after 3 quarters of play is the Westfield Hornets 49 and the John Milledge Trojans 7. Listen to Westfield football on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
C.W. Williams is the premier home builder in Houston County. With established communities in Perry, Bonaire, Centerville, and Warner Robins, C.W. Williams Homes offers you a chance to build a customized home of your dreams. There are multiple floor plans available, ranging from a minimum of 1,000 square feet to over 3,000 square feet. Log on to cwwilliamshomes.com or give them a call at 478-922-2207 to check their list of plans, communities, and financing options today. C.W. Williams Homes. Let us build the home of your dreams.
Set your own banking hours with Planners First Online Banking. Planners First Online Banking allows you to connect and access your bank accounts 24/7. For those that are always on the go, you can check your balances, pay your bills, transfer funds anytime and anywhere you have internet access. Let Planners First Online Banking make your life a little easier. Planners First, a legacy of excellence since 1896. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. And now, back to the gridiron with Kenny and Brett on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And we're back here as it's 2nd down and 8. The pitch goes to Miller. Miller across the right side breaks a tackle, bulls over defender, and he's brought down from behind there by Walker Davison, but not before a pretty good gain, the first substantial gain in quite a while as he gets it out to the 47.
Yeah, nice 15-yard pickup there for Cody Miller, and he's got 24 rushes, 144 yards, and a touchdown, and the lone score here tonight for the John Milledge Academy Trojans. And in the fourth quarter, I thought up more than 40. I thought it was a running clock.
I think it's the choice, isn't it?
Is it? Okay.
I believe.
So it's not automatic in region play.
I think it might be a choice from Coach Wall, and he's got pride for sure. So they switch Miller to the left side of McCommon. McCommon's going to keep it, Eddie Road, and he's going to break a tackle. And here he comes near side, breaks another tackle, running strong as he's got a gain of about 9 yards. Out to the Westfield 44-yard line. I think he's going to be just short. So it'll be about a 2nd down and half a yard. Tucker Moody there on the tackle.
It's going to be a yard short of the first down. Westfield getting some youngsters in the game here as they've had a pretty dominant performance here tonight on defense. The stats might not look as dominant as you would think, but, well, they kind of do. 299 total yards to 177.
The pitch goes to Cam O'Neill across the far side. Cam bounces off a tackler. Now he's going to go backwards. It doesn't work out for him. He's going to lose more yards as he goes back to the 49-yard line. So that is a loss of 5 after he got hit hard. It looked like Austin Doyle and Gavin Edmondson were there on the tackle.
So a big play right there by Westfield's defense to negate the 9-yard run, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5.5 for the John Milledge Academy Trojans, and
Should
with 10 minutes to go here, 49-7, your score, Westfield all on top.
Probably going to be 4-down territory, you would imagine. Nothing to lose in this. So I'll line up in the I formation. Miller, the deep back, to give it off to him. Got enough for the first, and he'll be brought down there by Logan Williams. Big number 79 getting in there, but not after a 7-yard gain from Cody Miller.
Cody Miller does a good job of just lowering his head, getting upfield. He knows he has the lane. All he's got to do is run through some arm tackles, and that's what he does for 7 yards down to the Westfield 41-yard line. First down and 10 for the JMA Trojans. And
getting tight at the MAC.
Wow.
24-21. Northside leads.
That's a rivalry game, you know. Crazy stuff happens in that game.
Absolutely. And they fake the handoff. Common's going to pitch it. Good option play. And it's speed down the corner. And there goes Miller. Cody Miller for the touchdown. John Milledge. And that's his second of the night. And this one will go 39 yards. 41, excuse me. 41, 43, 49, 39. 41-yard touchdown run from Cody Miller. His second of the night. And it's now 49-13. Pending the extra point, Westfield leads. So on the kick is Michael Martino. John Milledge, their second touchdown there. And Westfield living up to their point average, and that one looks like it is good. So we'll go ahead and take a quick break. Your score, Westfield 49, John Milledge 14. You listen to Westfield Football on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
I'm NASCAR driver David Reagan, and I'm inviting you to Fan Day, Thursday, October the 16th, here at David Reagan Ford in Perry. My older brother Adam, my Uncle Marvin, and my dad Ken, they've been in racing for a number of years. My older brother Adam's a big fan, so swing by David Reagan Ford in Perry to talk a little racing with the Reagan. Saving you money. Now that's another winner from David Reagan Ford in Perry.
Watch your speed. Go on me.
On the athletic field and in the classroom, students at the Westfield School are preparing to meet the challenging demands of the 21st century. Our dedicated faculty teaches and inspires students from pre-K to 12th grade to think critically and learn globally, preparing our students for college in a Christian environment that has been the Westfield mission for more than 44 years. And our students excel. From football to chorus, art to tennis, and basketball to debate, Westfield students aspire to be champions. It's the Westfield experience. To learn more about the Westfield School, visit our website, westfieldschool.org, or call our admissions office at 987-0547. The Westfield School, ready for college, ready for life.
And now, back to the gridiron with Kenny and Brett on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
And then line up in a bunch kick here, and they're going to kick it deep, and it will go out of bounds just inside the pylon there, so Westfield will push it out to the 35-yard line. Well, they'll start this drive 1st and 10 with a 35-point lead. And you are right, Brett. The clock is running, oddly enough, so it got within 40, and then they started running the clock. So,
No, it's actually 35.
Well, within 40. I'm saying under 40, sorry.
Oh, I got you. My bad.
So 49-14 is your score. Westfield leading. Looks like Tanner Westbrook will remain in at quarterback. See, Connor Doles is out there. A couple of other guys. Chandler Hill. So like you got Luke Walton appears to be out there as well. Trying to make out some of the numbers. Austin Burnett.
Throw it down.
Number 58. Green is out there as well. Blake Green. And Alex Myatt in there, right tackle. The handoff will go to Austin Burnett. Burnett trying to get around the corner. Not much there as he looks like he's going to lose a yard on the carry. Maybe 2. So he lost 2, did Austin Burnett.
He did a good job just getting close back to the line of scrimmage almost.
Yeah, these young guys are getting kind of pushed back by this.
A little bit maybe. I don't know.
Jordan Bush, the defensive lineman there, is a big boy. I mean, he's just solid. That is a lot to handle there for Alex Myatt and Blake Green. Chandler Hill. Aiden Murphy, the fullback, and he gets the handoff. No, he's actually a fake to Aiden. Quarterback keeper, and nowhere to go for Tanner Westbrook. Tanner actually is going to lose another yard, so it's 3rd down and 13. So Westfield gone very vanilla, obviously, with the big lead here late in this one. No sense in trying to injure any players or anything of that nature. I see Logan Fink there on the far side kind of warming up. Maybe he'll get in the game. Possibly on the next series, if we're down to 6 minutes, 25 seconds to go in this one. And handoff to Jarius Hart. Hart maybe gets a yard, so it's going to be 4th and 12, and that's going to bring on the punt team for Westfield. So we'll get to see Giles, who, as I mentioned, has been working on the punting, gone to a punting camp last weekend in Birmingham, Alabama, and he's done a good job here tonight. I believe he's punted 2, and they've been beautiful long spirals. Won the competition last weekend with a 56-yarder, so he's got the leg. Him and the kicker there from Westminster are 2 best I've seen so far this year.
Both of them really good.
Nice long, lean frame, able to get that leg powerful through. And he gets this one away, and it's a wobbly kick. It will take a sideways bounce and be touched dead at the 35-yard line. So that is a 33-yard punt for Giles Amos. And John Milledge will start this drive 1st and 10 at their own 35, trailing by 35. There's only 5 minutes, 15 seconds left in the ball game.
Yeah, and this game could get closer before the end, but it's really not indicative of how dominant of a performance this was from Westfield. Just coming out in really all facets of the game, offense, defense, special teams, winning the turnover battle as we talked about in the keys of the game, dominating the line of scrimmage, and just the big pass plays as well. Everything we really talked about, they hit pretty much a check mark on every one of them.
Definitely the most complete game they played this year. And the handoff goes in the backfield there, and the tackle was made there for Westfield by Jacob Pearson.
Number 2 for.
So number 2 that time, Gunnar Roberts there on the carry.
Looks like Coach Walls, JT Walls, is going to get some youngsters in as well. So good experience for both sides. Of course, not the way you wanted it to happen for if you're a John Milledge fan on the other side of the scoreboard, but nonetheless gives you a chance to build some confidence with these youngsters.
Roberts will stay in there at tailback. They give it off to the fullback this time, and he's wrapped up immediately. There was Colin Infante wrapping up the fullback, number 31, Cole Wilson. Big Infante, I tell you. Westfield, lines up John Walker Moore and Walker Davidson in there at the 2 defensive tackle positions, and then you take a look at Colin Infante and big Logan Williams, and I tell you, that's got to be intimidating to say, oh my Lord, how do we run against these guys up the gut? Wyatt Young out at cornerback, as well as Kennebrew here to the near side. They give it to Gunnar Roberts. Roberts got the 1st down as Austin Burnett goes for the strip, but he'll make the tackle not after a 1st down for John Milledge out to the Westfield 47.
Nice 11-yard pickup right there by Gunnar Roberts. 1st down for the John Milledge Academy Trojans, and 3 1/4 change left here in this ball game. Again, Westfield on top, 49-14, and mostly backups in at this point. And we'll just hopefully get out of this game with no injuries to speak of for both teams, as this been a domination by Westfield from start to finish, other than these youngsters getting in the game.
Adam Chalmers in their defensive tackle. And the pass is complete this time. New quarterback in there. That's number 18, Trevor Evans. And Evans completes the pass to Ford Roberts. So, looks like you got the Roberts boys, probably a set of twins out there.
Somebody's excited.
That was an 8-yard gain. She's been down there. I don't know who that is, but she's been making noise this whole time. She's enjoyed herself. Evans hands it off to Gunnar Roberts this time. Infante there on the tackle to go along with Adam Chalmers.
Should be close to another JMA first down.
Sound like we got whatchamacallit down there, the Roadrunner or whatever.
And they're going to give him the first down. So nice run right there by Gunnar Roberts. It'll be first down and 10 at the Westfield 37-yard line. Minute 52 left to go here in the game. Westfield on top, 49-14. Your Hornets going to be a victor here tonight in a big region matchup as still got one. I think Augusta Prep is the final lone region game for Westfield, but this right here pretty much proves to be the nail in the coffin for the region championship.
Handoff goes to the fullback this time, and that is number 31, Cole Wilson. He is brought down there by Luke Walton along with Connor Doles. 1 minute, 15 seconds left here in this ball game, and be sure to stay tuned to the Bill and Laura Amos postgame show as we'll present the big hit of the game, brought to you by Moody Law Firm, play of the game by Walker Insurance, offensive player of the game by Sonic, defensive player of the game by C.W. Williams, and our special teams player of the game, David Reagan Ford. Pitch goes to Gunnar Roberts. Roberts tries the right side, bounces outside now, trying to get around the corner, and he does. So good job there by Gunnar Roberts as he is pushed out of bounds by John Garrett Pearson. Not after he gets another first down for John Milledge. Good individual effort there from Gunnar Roberts.
Yeah, absolutely. He had a blocker knocked back into him by a defender from Westfield, and he was able to regroup and get outside and get around the far sideline for a big 6-yard pickup and a first down for the Trojans. And 20 seconds left to go here in the game. Again, Westfield on top, 49-14. First down and 10 for the Trojans.
Looking to pass. Evans throws high. There on the coverage was Jarius Hart. He was looking for number 25, Jalen Beck, and that is your ball game. So Westfield comes up to Milledgeville and just throttles John Milledge Academy by a final score of 49-14. So we'll go ahead and take us a quick break and be back with the Bill and Laura Amos postgame show right after this on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
Another road trip awaits the Westfield Hornets next Friday as they head to Woodbury, Georgia to face another tough team in the Flint River Wildcats. The Hornets have been on a roll since suffering their only loss of the season and hope to keep the new winning streak alive. The Wildcats look to knock off the visiting Hornets in upset fashion. Be sure to tune in at 7:10 for the Brandon Outfitters pregame show, followed by the kickoff between the Hornets and Wildcats at 7:30, only on the Middle Georgia Sports Network. The Middle Georgia Sports Network would like to thank the following sponsors for making this season's broadcast possible: Com South, Sonic America's Drive-In, C.W. Williams Homes, David Reagan Ford, Spillers Orthodontics, Walker Insurance Agency, Brandon Outfitters, Hamby Automotive, Trey Moody Law Office, Planners First, and Bill and Laura Amos, proud parents and supporters of Westfield Athletics. With all of your game stats, impact players, and analysis of the game, welcome into the MidGASports.net postgame show, presented by Bill and Laura Amos, proud parents and supporters of Westfield Athletics.
And welcome into the Bill and Laura Amos postgame show, where Westfield's a winner tonight. 49-14 is your final 2 straight weeks with that same score, 49-14 final. As we will move to 7-1 with the Westfield Hornets. Dropping to 7-1 is John Milledge Academy. And Brett, why don't we go ahead and take a quick look at the final stats brought to you by Com South?
Yeah, absolutely. Westfield doesn't look overly dominant on the stats tonight, but nonetheless, they were effective enough, especially on defense, forcing 3 turnovers tonight. And Westfield rushed the ball 29 times, 184 yards, 4 touchdowns, 6.3 yards per carry. Average 4 or 5 passing for 113 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air, 4 penalties for 40 yards, and 297 total yards. John Milledge, conversely, 48 rushes, 237 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 fumbles, 4.94 yards per carry average, 4 of 8 passing, 20 yards for 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and 257 total yards for the Trojans.
So those are your final stats brought to you there by Com South. And we'll go ahead and move on into our honors of the game, and we'll start off with our big hit of the game brought to you by Moody Law Firm, laying the law down, and that was Giles Amos. Big hit on Cody Miller, and he jarred loose the football and banged up Cody Miller just a little bit, and he gets our Moody Law hit of the week here, laying the law down. So congratulations to Giles. And moving on into our offensive player of the game brought to you by Sonic, and that goes to Ryan Fitzpatrick. 5 carries for 83 yards to go along with 2 touchdowns. He was also 3 of 4 passing for 70 yards or so. One of those passes actually was attributed to Gavin Edmondson on that long touchdown pass and the throwback screen. But Ryan, kind of the quiet leader, and he stepped it up tonight and kind of backing up what Giles is saying, the best quarterback in Houston County. And he does it here tonight. He's our offensive player of the game, brought to you by Sonic. Defensive player of the game, brought to you by C.W. Williams Homes, goes to Matthew Moore. Matthew with 10 tackles, 2 sacks, and I believe he got the first fumble recovery. So congratulations to Matthew Moore. Our defensive player of the game brought to you by C.W. Williams Homes. And our special teams player of the game brought to you by David Reagan Ford will go to Robert Myatt. Robert showing that long leg as he was able to put it in the end zone time after time here tonight and force John Milledge back to their own 20 each and every time. So those are our players of the game, brought to you by David Reagan Ford there as special teams player.
Yeah, just wanted to say for the folks who tried to watch here tonight, I know the cell coverage was a little spotty here for us tonight, but we will have the archive up hopefully tomorrow for you to watch the game in its entirety with no interruptions. But nonetheless, we love bringing you the action. And from what I heard, the audio was pretty good here tonight. So obviously, you get in these remote locations, Kenny, you can't ever predict what the coverage is going to look like. It's going to be the case next week. So we're going to do our best up in Woodbury, Georgia, with Flint River to bring you the game and the video as well. So just be patient with us. Obviously, we can't predict the away games, but we do the best we can. Like to say that Westfield played, like we said during the broadcast, their most complete ball game of the season. And what a way to come up to Milledgeville on the road and really make a statement that's probably going to have a lot of people look up and say, daggum, Westfield really got it together and put it on the John Milledge Academy Trojans, who were undefeated coming into this game. So kudos to Westfield, and John Milledge still 7-1, has a lot to play for, probably going to end up being the 2 seed out of this region. So Westfield might see them down the road.
Yeah, big win for Westfield here tonight, 49-14 your final. So for Tim Thompson, Brett Taylor, I'm Kenny Cofer. Thanks for listening. Westfield wins 49-14. You've been listening to Westfield Football on the Middle Georgia Sports Network.
The Middle Georgia Sports Network.